a November night here for the opening round of the playoffs. Going to be in the mid-40s. Probably won't dip under 40 before we're done. A very clear night, and this is an excellent night for football weather-wise.
Yeah, you couldn't draw it up any better, and we talked about this several times. I think kids would rather play in this type of weather than the extreme heat that we had with the Liberty Independence game. So it's a good night for football, and I'm ready to tee it up.
And we'll tee it up at the bottom of the hour. We'll go ahead and take our second pre-streaming coverage of the opening round of the Class AA playoffs here on video production.
For tonight's first round, 2021.
Power Sports is your one-stop off-road and tractor destination. We have an awesome selection of side-by-sides, ATVs, dirt bikes, tractors, and kid machines. Our machines come loaded with features the other brands don't have and will save you thousands of dollars versus the competition. Massey Power Sports offers the best prices, the best service, and the best warranties. Our locations in Beckley and Cross Lanes are here to serve you. Online at MasseyPowersports.com. Massey Power Sports. We power your work and your adventure.
If you're looking to sell your vehicle, Auto Buyers of West Virginia is your solution. We buy all cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs and have a simple and safe way to sell your vehicle. We'll give you a free appraisal on your vehicle and make you an offer to buy it on the spot. Whether you're still making payments or have a clear title, we'll turn your car into cash today at Auto Buyers of West Virginia. So come see us at Cranberry Creek Shopping Center off Eisenhower Drive in Beckley. Auto Buyers of West Virginia, the simple, safe, and secure way to sell your vehicle.
Your first set of wheels didn't come with complications, or strings, or hassles. It can be that way again. Tire Pros. Hassle-free, guaranteed.
Fun fact, Mountain Dew and spicy chicken is the perfect combo.
Does it look like I don't know that?
Okay. Didn't mean to ruffle your feathers.
We both did the employee training, Gary.
Okay, don't jump down my beak.
Doing spicy? Do the do.
At Pioneer Community Bank, your banking needs are our priority. Looking to buy a home, a vehicle, or just need a personal loan for that special project? Our loan professionals are here for you. We also offer all business banking products, which allows us to serve all your financial needs. Set up your online banking at pioneercommunitybank.com and download the mobile app for your convenience and ask about our personal and business products today. Pioneer Community Bank, investing in Southern West Virginia since 1931. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
And we welcome you back to Independence High School here at Coal City, West Virginia. We're moments away of getting the ball game started here, actually at the bottom of the hour. Actually, we're about 8 minutes away from kicking off tonight's Class AA opening round game between number 15, Shady, 7-3, coached by Vince Colacerto, and number 2, 8-0 Independence, coached by John Lilly. Go ahead and take another break and get you ready for the kickoff of tonight's game. And also, Eric will have our Beckley Auto Mall keys to the first half when we return. You're watching live streaming coverage of the Class AA opening round playoff game here on Video Productions.
Football player, I realized that sports-related injuries can happen real fast. Hello, I'm Dr. GROSE. If your child or grandchild is dealing with sports-related injuries, or maybe you're dealing with something that just won't go away, call me today and I can help you get back on the playing field. To better serve you, see us at one of our 3 locations in Beckley, Whipple, and Sophia at the numbers listed below. So take care of yourself. You deserve it.
Modley's Plumbing and Heating of Beckley, West Virginia is now hiring journeyman or master plumbers. You must have a West Virginia plumbing license and a valid driver's license. All interested parties may apply at Modley's Plumbing and Heating at 101 First Street, Beckley, West Virginia. Or interested applicants can call 304-253-HELP. Once again, you may apply in person at Modley's Plumbing and Heating, 101 First Street, Beckley, West Virginia. Modley's Plumbing and Heating is an equal opportunity employer.
Little General Stores has served our hometowns for decades, providing those essential needs for the road of life. The LG family goes above and beyond to ensure that your experience is an easy one. That's why they offer the LG Rewards Card. a way to earn points for free drinks, coffee, and even discounts on fuel. Rest assured, you'll leave knowing they have your needs covered. And by the way, tell them Hug sent you. Little General Stores, your road's neighbor.
It's time to start planning for new vinyl siding for your home. People know Window World for the best value in windows, but that's just the beginning, because we install beautiful siding as well. Window World has energy-efficient, form-fitting panels along with a company that stands behind their work. We take pride in our employees and appreciate our customers. Now that's Window World difference. Start planning your siding remodel today. Call Window World of Beckley today for your free estimate.
And we welcome you back to Coal City, West Virginia, here on the campus of Independence High School. I'm Maris Lowry with Eric Thomas. This is the opening round of the Class AA playoff, and number 2 Independence taking on number 15 Shady. Both teams have made their way out onto the field. Shady across the way wearing the gold helmet, white uniforms. We trimmed in gold with the gold numbers on the white jerseys. Independence down below us here on the near side with the white helmet, all in blue jerseys with white numbers and blue pants. We're ready for the keys to the first half, and keys to the first half are brought to you by Beckley Auto Mall. Go see Rick Lewis, Chuck Bentley, Mike Earhart, or John Fornash. They'll hook you up at Beckley Auto Mall. All right, Eric, what is your Beckley Auto Mall keys to the first half?
Okay, keys to the game for the Shady Spring Tigers. They really need to establish the run and figure out how to eliminate the big play opportunities that the Independence offense presents in the passing game. And for Independence, they just need to cut down on their penalties and convert their extra points, and I think they'll be fine.
As you can see on your screen, the captains are meeting at the center of the field for the toss of the coin. And Eric, here in Class AA, there are, of course, 8 first-round games, 6 of which being played tonight. The 2 games that will be played tomorrow will be Herbert Hoover against Fairmont and Bluefield making the long trip to Point Pleasant.
And that's 2 heavyweights, lower seeds in Fairmont and Beaver going to Herbert Hoover. And Fairmont is a tough out, I think, for Herbert Hoover.
Yeah, and that Herbert Hoover game is going to be played at Lately Field in Charleston. Herbert Hoover, had the unfortunate of the flood there that happened that ruined their field, so they have to move the game to, like I said, University of Charleston, Lately Field for that game tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah, they've never really recovered from that. That was devastating to the community. They'll be ready, and I'm sure Fairmont will be ready to make that trip down.
As we wait on the toss of the coin, Eric, I think no matter who you are, I think that you're probably not going to defer to the half. I think especially with Independence, with their high-powered offense, if you win the toss, you want the ball right away.
Yeah, you definitely want the ball. And in coaches speak, sometimes we always say put your best unit out on the field. Well, that's a flip of the coin because Independence's defense is really, really stern. But I would say if you win the toss, if you're Independence or Shady, I would get out on offense.
Because I do think one of the things that's important for this game tonight for Shady is they've got to keep the game close early. They can't let it get away from them early in the game.
And that was one of my keys. You need to limit the big play, opportunities in the passing game, not just the run. In the first meeting, Independence had 2 drives of 3 plays or less to score. And you just can't have that. And once you get behind, it just starts snowballing.
Yeah, in that first game we talked about, Independence really delivered the knockout blow early. They led 20-0 at the first quarter and really never looked back.
And the only thing they did wrong in that first quarter was their extra points. They played good, sound football, and Shady needs a little help with a few mistakes, early mistakes. And who knows, man, this playoff atmosphere is electric here. And, any turnover early by Independence could give Shady Spring some life.
They're still out there waiting for the toss of the coin. We can tell you that the 6 other playoff games going on, the other 2 teams in this same bracket is Nicholas County and Roane County. Nicholas County is the 7th seed, so up in Summersville tonight, Nicholas County will be playing Roane County, who's the 10th seed. And there we have it where Independence is going to receive the kick, and Independence will be working left to right on your screen. So, Eric, we're all set. The second season. You just got to survive. You got to win and survive, or survive and move on, as they say. And in basketball and football, it's pretty much the same way. Just find a way to get the win, no matter what the score is. And so hopefully, I think we're going to be for a much more competitive game than what we had back in September.
Yeah, and you're right. And Independence this is the first time ever hosting a playoff game. Back on this field. So this is a special moment for them. Look for them to come fired up, and to have a county rival be your first home playoff game is something special.
So it'll be Judah Price and Trey Bowers going back deep for the Independence Patriots to await the kick, as Shady will tee the ball up right there on the X between the 40s, as you can see on your TV screen. As once again, Shady there wearing the all-white uniforms, gold helmet, Independence in blue. And for the second time this season, this is the one that really counts, Independence and Shady. Independence, as we mentioned, 8-0 in the regular season, had only 9 games scheduled in. The one game was canceled with Polka because of COVID, so they're 8-0. Shady finished 7-3 and got some key wins, Eric, toward the end of the season to punch their ticket here to the postseason.
Yeah, and that comeback win against Pikeview, the kids showed a lot of effort in the second half. You know, they really wanted to get in the playoffs, and this is a special moment. A lot of these kids know one another since Little League, so this will be big.
And the playoffs are underway. Here comes the kickoff, and it's going to be returnable. It's going to be Judah Price across the 10, near side 15, up over the 30, up over the 40, and a nice return as they let the smoke out. As you can see there on your screen, a little hazy with that smoke, but a nice return by the Patriots. Judah Price, and Independence has great field position.
And that's one thing that we've seen different already, Maris, here in this postseason. A team kicking it deep. Most kicks that we've seen have been squibs, and Judah Price was real close to breaking that one. He was tripped up there near the 40. What were they on the 43-yard line?
42. Are they going to put him down? 43. Waiting to see. Going to put him down at the 42-yard line. So 42-yard line here on the near hash. It'll be 1st and 10 for Independence. Logan Phelan, the quarterback. And they have Atticus Goodson lined up right behind him in the pistol set. And we are ready to go. Wait a minute. The officials have stopping play before we get started. Not sure exactly what's going on. And now Shady has to call a timeout. And, you know, Eric, that's kind of odd that before you even play your first play from scrimmage that you burn one of your timeouts.
Well, I can tell you what happened. I bet Independence came out in some formation that they've probably saved, that Shady was not comfortable with their personnel. And I think maybe this is probably a good timeout, because you don't want to give up that big play with your kids out of position. So settle them down and burn it down. You can't take them with you.
Well, that's true. Of course, you want to be able to save your timeouts, but I agree. If you'd rather not give up a big play as opposed to saving your timeout,
exactly.
I totally agree with
and
that.
I'm sure the coaches and whoever's up in the box here probably saw something that looked like it was about to give up a big play. So let's see if it settles down and see what we get here.
So 1st and 10 for Independence on their own 42-yard line. It'll be Logan Phelan, the quarterback. He'll have Atticus Goodson lined up behind him. And this is a little bit of a different formation than what we've seen in the games we've covered this season for Independence. They'll work out of the shotgun, and it's a power pistol pretty much is the formation, and they'll quick pitch it to Goodson. He'll get to the edge. He's across the 40, across the 45, across midfield into Shady territory to the 40. He's still moving down inside the 30, and a heck of a run all the way down to the Shady 25-yard line.
And right on cue, and this is Atticus's first carry since the injury against Nicholas County in the third period. But there is a flag on the play, a little laundry on the field, so this one may come back.
And it'll come back right there at the 40-yard line, a hold that will negate that huge run, and there's where Goodson was able to get the edge.
And that was one of my keys, cut down on the penalties with Independence. And that's one thing that the guys block so hard. And once the running back gets past you see it on all levels of football, Maris. Once they get past, just let them go, and you might not get a flag thrown on you.
So they threw the flag at the 40. The original line of scrimmage was the 42, so that'll take the ball back to the 30-yard line, and that'll make it 1st and 22.
First down and 20.
Here's the snap. Here's the pitch to Goodson. We got another flag, I believe, maybe a false start.
No, it's going to be, the encroachment. I saw the encroachment signal on Shady Springs. So.
Yep. So we've got 2 penalties right off the bat. A holding penalty on Shady that negated a nice run by Goodson, and then an offside penalty on Shady. So they'll get the ball out to the 35-yard line. It is a first down. They'll have to get to the 48 of Shady. So we ran 2 plays, actually a play and 2 penalties. And here's a reverse pivot. Phelan keeps it up over the 40. To the outside, cross midfield, down the sideline to the 40, to the 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Independence. I don't see any laundry, and just like that, the home run ball hit by the quarterback, Logan Phelan, as he will take it 65 yards, and it's a one-play drive, and Independence up just like that, 6-0.
And that was a well-designed play. They They used that against Nicholas County, if you can remember, Mayor. It's a little reverse pivot, fake the pitch to Atticus, and then Logan is free down the left sideline for a touchdown, Logan Phelan.
So that's a one-play, 58-yard drive, and it's a 65-yard touchdown run by Logan Phelan that gives Independence the lead. As you can see with 11:14 left here in the opening quarter, the extra point looks good, and it is. And your new score with 11:14 remaining for the opening quarter is Independence 7, Shady nothing, as you are watching live streaming coverage of the opening round Class AA playoffs here on Video Production.
The earth beneath my feet is turning like a wheel and beating like a drum.
Your first set of wheels didn't come with complications or strings or hassles. It can be that way again. Tire Pros. Hassle-free, guaranteed.
At Pioneer Community Bank, your banking needs are our priority. Looking to buy a home, a vehicle, or just need a personal loan for that special project? Our loan professionals are here for you. We also offer all business banking products, which allows us to serve all your financial needs. Set up your online banking at pioneercommunitybank.com and download the mobile app for your convenience and ask about our personal and business products today. Pioneer Community Bank, investing in Southern West Virginia since 1931. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Independence ready to kick off. Here comes the kickoff by Addison Goodson, and he's going to kick it out of bounds. That was not a very good kick. The ball went straight and then kind of veered to the right here to the near sideline and went out of bounds. But, Eric, to use a baseball term, Independence hit a home run on their first possession, just one play, and Logan Phelan showed his speed as he runs 65 yards for a touchdown on the game's first play.
And that was, two plays negated by penalties, and then they hit a triple on the first play that didn't count with Atticus Goodson streaking for about a 48-yard run.
So the ball's kicked out of bounds, and they're going to put the ball where it went out, which is going to be the 44-yard line. So Shady's going to get excellent field position as they'll have the ball on their own 46-yard line, and it'll be Cameron Manns, the quarterback, working out of the shotgun. Takes the shotgun snap. Here's a handoff. Going to be a running play, and that's good yardage on first down up over the 45 out to about the 47-yard line. That was Whitaker on the carry.
Yeah, and Whitaker's been coming on strong as of late. In the rushing department, had big games against Liberty and some tough yards against Pikeview.
So they'll get him out to the 47-yard line. He'll get 3 on the play, and I think it's important, obviously, for Shady to get positive yardage on first down, and it'll bring up 2nd and 7 for the Tigers on their own 47-yard line. Manns, once again, will work out of the gun. Manns takes the snap. He's back to throw. Pressure comes, trying to set up a screen. Got a man open down the seam. It's caught inside the 40. Here's Shady down inside the 30 and gets down to the Independence 27-yard line. I believe that was Davis hauling in the pass to move the chains.
Another good pass. A great scramble by Manns to complete that pass.
They'll put the ball down at the Independence, going to put him down at the 28-yard line. That's a big play. And Shady's got something cooking, trying to answer the Independence touchdown with maybe a touchdown drive of their own. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Shady, working right to left. Independence leads, as you can see on your screen, 7-0 at the 28 of Independence. Here's the snap. Here's a running play up inside, and going to go maybe a yard. Not much cooking up inside there.
Yeah, and that time it's tough sledding on this Independence defense between the tackles. That's where they're really strong, up the middle of their defense.
Really strong. Actually, it's going to go for no gain, make it 2nd and 10 for Shady at the Independence 28-yard line. As you can see on your screen, 7-0 the lead for Independence with 6:50 and counting remaining opening quarter. Out of the shotgun, Manns takes the snap to throw. Pressure comes, and he's going to be sacked. He actually should be down. He threw the ball, but he should be down. They should not throw intentional grounding. They should call him down. Let's see what the call is going to be.
There's a flag on the play.
And they may call intentional grounding. But, Eric, I thought if we could get a replay on this, I thought he was sacked initially.
But it just depends on where the whistle was blown. And
here we are watching. They are going to call intentional grounding. Watch the replay.
He's inside the tackle box here.
And right there, I think they should have blown it dead. The ball got past the line of scrimmage. But they're going to call intentional grounding and take the ball back to the 46-yard line, and that's going to be a loss of down as well.
Yeah, and that's a huge play. Had a little momentum going, and to get it called back like that, that's tough. Now you're behind the chains, and look for Independence right here. This is where they can probably do some blitzing here and try to get in the face of the quarterback.
Yeah, Independence has to go all the way down inside the 20, and they're going to run the ball, and the ball's out. There's a fumble, and Independence says they have it at the 40-yard line, and they do. So Shady, after having a penalty, then they run the ball inside and they cough it up, and that's the first turnover of the game, and Independence recovers the fumble on their own 40-yard line.
And once again, a strong unit. This defensive unit is strong, opportunistic. They create some turnovers, and this is really a strong defensive front that Independence has.
So Independence will get the ball. Actually, they'll put it down at the 41-yard line. So that's where Independence will get its second possession. On their own 41, Independence needed only one play to go 58 yards and got a 65-yard touchdown run from Logan Phelan the last time they had it. So 1st and 10 for the Patriots. Phelan with the snap, and now they'll blow it dead. And looks like we've got another penalty, and we do. And let's see what we got. Maybe someone jumped or someone moved. Here's the call. And it's going to be offsides on Shady, and they'll move the ball up 5 yards.
And these are the kind of penalties that drive your Coach Colacerto crazy. Vince, I mean, you're lining up on the ball. Just check the ball. We saw it the other night on the pro football level. Just look at the ball, look down the line, and not get in the neutral zone.
Well, Independence is hard enough
He's lined
to stop.
up again.
He is offsides. I don't know if they called it. Here's a run to Atticus Goodson. He breaks through to the 40, and he's pulled down. A touchdown-saving tackle just shy of the Shady 40, but that will be a first down. And you're right, Eric. I did think that Independence lined up offsides.
Yes, and that was a good burst, a good run there by Atticus. I don't know how many he picked up on that, but he was a shoestring tackle away from breaking that for a lot of yards.
He picked up 18 on the play. Here comes a reverse pivot by Logan Phelan. He runs it up inside the 35. He takes it to the outside. He's inside the 20. This might go the 15, the 10, the 5. He's inside the pylon. Don't see the official put his hands up. I think he might have been out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
Oh, that's tough. That was a good, strong run. It looked like he crossed the goal line, but the official's right on top of it.
And maybe it's coming back. Maybe we have a penalty. I don't see a flag.
Maybe see this on the instant replay. Oh, there is a flag.
Well, I don't see it. Do you?
Yep, it's right by the ref.
Well, and that's the second time that a big play by Independence is going to be wiped out because of a hold, as Logan Phelan took the ball from the Shady 41 and got down to the goal line, but that's all for naught because they'll get a holding penalty,
which will end up a 2-yard gain.
Yeah, and make it 1st and 8. So they'll put the ball down at the 39-yard line of Shady. Make it 1st and 8. This is kind of a power pistol set that Independence is going with. Now we've got yet another whistle. Not sure what we got here. But, Eric, I just wonder if it's a little bit of playoff jitters to have as many you think simple mistakes that we've seen thus far.
Yeah, but right now I'm not going to blame it on the playoff jitters because this has been a theme for, Independence. Both teams right now are and the penalties are holding and lining up in the neutral zone. Things that you need to work on, but you can't, moving forward, if you're either one of these teams, whoever advances, you have to play a little more clean in the playoffs to get wins.
So whatever the issue is, they got it figured out. It'll be 1st down and 8 for Independence. The ball is spotted at the 39-yard line of Shady. Here comes a pitch to Atticus Goodson. He comes to the near side, and he cuts up inside, and he's down inside the 35. He'll get to the 34-yard line, and he'll get 5 yards on 1st down.
Yeah, good, tough run. I mean, Atticus Goodson is a load to bring down.
So it'll be 2nd and 3 coming up for the Patriots, as they'll have twin receivers to the top of your screen. On the far side, they'll have one receiver, which is Cyrus Goodson, here to the near side. Out of the shotgun is Phelan, and he'll throw the ball short to Goodson. Cyrus Goodson. Cyrus Goodson makes the catch, goes down the near sideline, has a 1st down inside the 25, and they'll put him down at the 24-yard line. That's a 1st down.
Yeah, and that's just coming up using your personnel, Mayor. It's just coming out. And guys one-on-one out there and just a little easy pitch and catch, and Cyrus does the rest.
Yeah, Cyrus Goodson picks up 10 yards, and will move the chains for a 1st down at the Shady 24. They'll run out of the pistol set. Twin receivers to the far side. Here's the snap. They give the ball to Goodson. Atticus right up the middle to the 10, to the 5, touchdown. Boy, what a huge hole opened up right up the middle. No penalty flags. And Atticus Goodson goes 24 yards for the touchdown. and Independence has extended its lead now to 13-0.
Yeah, and you can't that line, just perfect blocking by the line, and that was a huge hole for Atticus to run up in.
So that is a 4-play, 59-yard drive, and they did overcome a holding penalty on this drive as they did the last one, and the lead is 13-0. And here comes the PAT attempt from placement. Here's the snap. Snaps down, the hold's down, the kick is up, and it is good. So with 8:06 remaining here in the opening quarter, Independence has 2 possessions and 2 touchdowns. And, Eric, Independence has had the ball for 5 plays and have 14 points.
And that's that big playability they have. And they've had, if you think about it statistical, stats-wise, they've had 3 chunk plays called back, 44-yard run, 28-yard run. I mean, this team is just real dynamic.
Well, the first possession, Independence had a penalty, as you mentioned, on that big play. It was a huge run. They got called back because of holding. Then Independence only needed 1 play to go 58 yards, a 65-yard run by the quarterback Logan Phelan. And then after Shady was on the move, they had a penalty, an intentional grounding penalty that hurt them, and then they turned it over on downs. And then Independence, 4 plays later, in the end zone again. So Independence has run 5 plays and have 2 touchdowns and 2 made extra points, which is something we didn't see a lot in the regular season. They missed a ton of extra points, and they've converted both extra points here tonight.
Yeah, that's something they really need to do is tack on that extra point, because later on you could get into a close game and need those points.
And I think this is a very critical drive. Here comes the kickoff. It's going to bounce into the end zone for a touchback, and Shady will have it on their own 20. But, Eric, I think you would agree, I think this is a very big series for Shady in this game. This
is a series because this game is shaping up to look like the very first matchup, Maris, when it was the final score was 50-17. Independence jumped out to a 20-0 first quarter lead. So now you really need to string a few first downs together if you're Shady, try to get some momentum. They moved the ball real well that last drive, and, the intentional grounding kind of put them behind the chains. So let's see what they can come up with here on this drive.
14-0, as you see on your screen. Independence leading 8:06 for the opening quarter. And, you can't score 2 touchdowns on 1 play, so just don't try to get it all back at once. As it'll be Cameron Mans taking the shotgun snap. It's going to be a running play off the right side for very minimal gain, and he may not gain anything. And it looks like Independence has stacked him up at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I think that was Caleb Whitaker once again.
Gain of less than 1.
Yeah, gained 1 yard maybe.
Yeah, they're going to give him over the 20 out to the 21-yard line. He will get 1 on the play and make it 2nd and 9. As that was Whitaker and just really nowhere to run, trying to run to the Independence left side of the defense, to the right side of the Shady offensive line. Cameron Mans will work out of the shotgun. He takes the snap, sits back, throwing the ball deep, and he's going to overshoot everybody. It was good coverage, but nobody had a chance to catch that one.
Yeah, just a little too much mustard on that pass there. He looked like he had the receiver in the seam route. It was too deep coverage, but tough ball to complete. So maybe it was best he threw it away.
So it'll be 3rd down and 9 coming up for Shady. They have the ball on their own 21-yard line. And let's see what kind of play that Shady will come up with. Cameron Mans working out of the shotgun. Have a receiver to each side, have a couple backs to both sides of the quarterback. Mans takes the snap. Pressure comes. He's in trouble, throws the ball out in the flats. Got a man. It's caught. And let's see if he'll be able to pick up a first down. And he can't because of a great sure tackle. And coming up to make that tackle is going to be Bowers.
That was completion.
Yes, right. But, he didn't get to the first down, and it's going to force up 4th down.
No, I was going to say, I'm sorry to interrupt you, that was a completion to Pinardo. And that was that's the first time I've seen him receive a ball in all the games that we've covered, and looks like Shady will line up to punt.
Yeah, Shady will have to kick it away as coming up. I believe that was Bowers that made that play, and it was Trey Bowers that came up and made that stop, because if he doesn't make that play, that would be a first down, and Shady's going to burn their 2nd timeout. But they had Pinardo open, as we mentioned, in the flat, and like I said, if Bowers doesn't come up and make the sure-handed tackle, Pinardo would have been able to extend it and have a first down.
Yeah, and you're exactly right. That was a great open field tackle from the corner. Came up. They completed the pass in the flat, and he made sure there was no yak after after catching it, no runs after the catch, and that was a great defensive possession right there.
So it was 3 and out. So now Shady has burned 2 of their timeouts, and we're still here in the first quarter, as you can see on your screen, with 6:39 remaining in the opening quarter, and Independence leading 14-0. And you kind of have the feeling that Shady might be on the ropes here early in the first quarter.
Yeah, right now they're staggering a little bit, and that's probably why Coach Vince Colacerto wanted to, call another timeout, try to settle them down, not lose this game in the first quarter here.
So it'll be Cyrus Goodson going back on one side and Judah Price here on the near side.
And now Independence calls a timeout.
And, yep. So, we know that once you get into the postseason, you coach it totally different than the regular season. And we've already seen 3 timeouts taken here in the first quarter.
Yeah, and these coaches, players, everybody's on edge. You're trying to keep the game under control. But right now it's a timeout fest. It's a scoring fest on one side, and both coaches burning timeouts.
Well, it's sudden death because you either win or your season's over. And no one wants their season to end tonight.
Yeah.
And especially, nobody, but, Independence is thinking, they're heavily favored. They're playing at home. They're expected to win. And that's why, and I think you made a good point back in your Beckley Auto Mall keys to the first half, that we may see a trick play or a wrinkle in Shady that we haven't seen all year.
Yeah, and exactly. And you would think maybe coming out, but right now their offense is just really, really a lot of pressure from this Independence defense. And this is danger zone here because either one of these kids back to return for Independence, Cyrus Goodson and Judah Price, what they can do in the open field. So I would try to angle kick this and
kick it out of bounds.
Yes.
So here's the snap. Here's the punt.
That's definitely returnable.
Oh, yeah, it's going to kick right to Judah Price at the 38. Near side 40, across the 45 midfield. This might go down the 40. Got one man to beat to the 30. Gets a block to the 20. Spins at the 15. Cuts back inside, and he's down out of bounds inside the 15, about the 12-yard line on a beautiful punt return by Judah Price.
Man, this guy's I'm going to call him Mr. Electricity. Judah Price is lightning in the bottle. What a fabulous return. What a fabulous return. If we can get this on the instant replay here, Maris. And the thing is, on this little general instant replay, he catches it clean and then great blocking to set it up, and then that's just some speed down the sideline. One man to beat. Cameraman does a good job of slowing him up till the cavalry came.
Put him down at the Shady 13. He took that punt from his own 38. And then run him out of bounds, as I mentioned, at the Tiger 13-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Independence, already leading 14-0, and try to tack on their 3rd score in the first quarter, just like they did back in that September game. And here's a give to Goodson. He'll go right up the middle to move the pile and get down inside the 10-yard line. Going to move the pile maybe to the 9 or maybe right down at the 10. They're going to give him the 10. So, yeah, they're going to put him right down at the 10-yard line.
So that'll be a 4-yard gain
or a 3-yard gain.
3-yard gain.
That started on the 13, and that's to the 10. So it'll be 2nd down and 7. And here's a quick pitch to Atticus Goodson. He cuts it back inside to the 5. He's going to walk right into the end zone for an Independence touchdown. And, Eric, this is just like a replay of what we saw in September. Independence got off to a 20-0 lead in the first quarter. That's where we are right now, 20-0, 3 possessions, 3 Independence touchdowns, and we still have 5:54 remaining here in the first quarter.
Yeah, and if they're not on the ropes, Shady's down on the canvas and ready for a 10, getting up for the 10 count, Maris. This is a good, exhibition of football offensively by the Independence Patriots.
Well, that was a 2-play, 13-yard drive, and it's a 10-yard run by Atticus Goodson. The extra point is up, and it is no good. So this is the exact same score right now. That was the exact same score this time back in September, 20-0 Shady. Independence, 3 drives, 3 scores.
Yeah, it's like carbon copy, but in this day and age, it's a copy and paste score right now on this game.
So it's 6 plays for Independence and 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, I mean, what do you say? This team's an explosive team. You need some luck in early to even stay in the game with this Independence Patriots.
Well, that is very efficient. Shady had a good drive going on their first possession, and that intentional grounding penalty really hurt them, and then they ended up fumbling the ball. And then their last possession, Shady, 3 and out. So this will be the 3rd chance for Shady on offense, and they find themselves down 20-0. And I think if you're Shady, Eric, I think you forget the score and you just try to put some first downs together on this drive.
Yeah, and that's big, and that will be key. Get your defense is really, really tired out there. So You definitely need some first downs to try to flip the field position.
And it'll start to see if they can get a good return as Goodson will tee it up between the 40s. Here comes the kickoff, and this is going to be straight down the middle with a big hop. Very returnable from the 10. Crosses the 15, the 20 on the near side, up over the 25. I'm going to get out to the 28-yard line. So it's a good return, and that's where Shady will set up shop. As that's Mackey on the return, it'll be 1st and 10 for Shady.
Yeah, finally some a little bit of breathing room for the Shady offense. Let's see what they can get going here.
Well, they started their first possession on their own 44. And they started their second possession on their own 20. And now this is their third chance on offense, and they have a 1st and 10 on their own 28. Now they're going to put it and say it's, 27, maybe the 28-yard line. Actually, they're going to put it back to the 27-yard line. And that's where Shady will start from their own 27-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 as Cameron Mans will work out of the shotgun, takes the snap. Here's a running play, and just nothing cooking. That's going to lose a couple yards back to the 25 as Independence just nowhere to go. They stack the line of scrimmage and just no lanes to run.
Yeah, and Independence right now, once you get this lead, you can really just, as you stated, stack the line of scrimmage and dare them to throw. They're going to really try to shut the run down and make Cameron Mans put the ball in the air.
Especially when you're behind the chains on 1st down. Now it makes it 2nd and 12, and Independence probably will dial up the pressure here.
Yeah, and they've been known to do that. They do a lot of blitzing between the A and the B gap, putting a lot of pressure on the center for Shady.
Shady's going to run trips here to the near side. Here's the snap to Cameron Mans. He's got time. He sets. Now pressure comes, and he's in trouble, and he's going to be sacked. That's great downfield. Yes, a coverage sack as there was nowhere to go with the ball.
Yeah, and that was a coverage sack, and Independence does a good job, of going what they call quarters probably. Wasn't man, but they really, had all the passing lanes and routes covered.
That's a big loss back inside the 15 to the 14, and that's going to bring up 3rd and an Uber ride. They got to get out to the 37-yard line, and this is not a good situation for anybody, but especially when you're down 20-0 and you're going against a very good Independence defense.
Yeah, and you know what? It gets overshadowed by the offense, but I bet you if you talk to any coach, they're formidable on defense.
Here's the snap. They force Mans out of the pocket. He throws on the run, and I don't think he caught it, and he didn't, so it'll bring up 4th down. Even had the pass been completed, it would have been way short of the 1st down. So for the second consecutive series, Shady will have to go 3 and out.
Yeah, 3 and out, force another 3 and out. Independence will be working with a short field again, and of course, capabilities to take it back for a touchdown with Cyrus Goodson and Judah Price.
Yeah, and Goodson and Price are set up on Shady's half of the field. They're right about the 47, 48-yard line and waiting on this punt as Mans will be standing right at his own goal line, ready to punt this out. And for Shady, this seems like a long quarter, and we still got 4:14 remaining in the first quarter. It's a high snap. Man's able to climb the ladder and get it. Gets off a very good kick. Goodson will take it at his own 49, at the Shady 49 rather, comes near side, gets inside the 40, looking for blocking, takes it back. The other way across the field, there's a penalty. It's coming back. It's going to be a penalty on Independence. Inside the 20, there's another flag, the 10, the 5. It's a touchdown, but there's laundry all over the field, and this is going to come back.
Yeah, it's a flag fest on this. Hey, just pick your penalty. But the first one was going to be on Judah Price. I think after the block, he may have got a little of the face mask on the Shady opponent.
Yeah, the flag was thrown inside the 35, so when they mark it off, obviously it won't be a touchdown, but Independence will still start in very good field position.
And, it's just disbelief how efficient. I mean, they score. They have skill position players, and they score, but they get a lot of touchdowns taken off the board because of penalties.
And, as explosive as their team is, you would think you don't even have to hit the guy, just get in somebody's way. And even if you can't do that, as athletic and talented as their skilled people are, they might be able to make a guy miss even without a block.
Yeah, and stand in the way. Just use what we call the old basketball pick. You don't even have to block them. I really think initially Cyrus would have probably gotten past the Shady defender, but you can't take the aggressiveness out of the kids. Well,
it's going to be a hold. Actually, you could have a hold and a block in the back. They had both, but I guess the hold came further up the field, and that's the one that Shady will accept. But still, when they mark off the penalty, Eric, Independence is probably going to still start in Shady territory.
against the Patriots.
And this will be the fourth possession. Independence has scored on their previous 3, and they're going to start at the Shady 46-yard line. So, once again, excellent field position.
Yeah, they're scrimmaging inside the on the Shady side of the field. It seems like since the beginning of the first quarter, they've been on that side of the field.
Well, they've ran 7 plays up to this point, Independence, and they've scored on 3 touchdowns. They've scored 3 of this. They've got 3 touchdowns on 7 offensive plays. 1st and 10 at the Shady 46. They put Judah Price in motion. They're pitching the ball. The ball's on the turf. It's a fumble, and if Shady got it, that might be what they needed as they go for a scramble, and I don't know who's on the bottom of the pile. Haven't seen the official give the indication, and from the way the players are looking, Independence, nope, they say Shady's got it, and Independence turned it over, and that's a big play in this game. Shady definitely needed that.
Yeah, usually the sure-handed Judah Price, I took his eyes off the ball momentarily and fumbled, and you're right. That's exactly what the doctor ordered right now for this ailing Shady Spring team right now.
So Shady will take over at the Independence 49-yard line, and that's such a big play. And when that ball hit the turf, that ball was bouncing every which way, and Price or none of the Independence, his teammates, could get on it. And this is a huge break for Shady.
Yeah, and Shady Spring actually did a good job of getting some penetration on that run play. And able to capitalize on the turnover here. Let's see if they can capitalize on the turnover
So
here.
Let's see what Shady will do. They'll have twin receivers. Actually have a receiver to each side. Cameron Mans works out of the shotgun at the Independence 49. Here's the snap. Mans to throw. They force him out of the pocket. He's on the move. He'll try to turn it up. He's going to get sacked, and he's going to lose a couple yards back into Shady territory as there was nobody open, and he really just had no chance to Cameron Mans.
Yeah, Cameron Mans was pretty much running for his life on that. On that play, and that's Jordan Harvey, the linebacker for Independence. He does a great job. He doesn't get a lot of mentions, but when you watch a game, he's all over the place.
That sack will cost Shady 3 yards as they sack him out of bounds to stop the clock. 3.5 to go opening quarter. And Eric, is it me, or I'm sure Shady feels this way? It seems like it's been a very long first quarter, as it'll be 2nd and 13 for the Tigers. Up under center is Mans. They'll try to run the ball, and it's a nice hole right up the middle, inside the 40, inside the 30, and all the way down inside the 25-yard line on a nice run right up the gut. And I couldn't see who that was, but he broke the initial containment, went right up the middle. If we can get this on the replay.
Yeah, a good strong run. I'm not sure who the –
Yeah, it's like I said, once again, it's very hard to tell what the numbers are the light gold numbers on those white uniforms. But inside the 30, and actually I'll put him down at the 26-yard line of Independence, 1st and 10. So the deepest penetration of the night for Shady at the Patriot 26-yard line. Mans up under center. They'll run the ball again, try to go up the right side, and this time Independence stacks the line. Looks like it's going to be for a loss.
Yeah, they're up to the task right here. And this is where I think you have to do something that, outside. You don't want to run like straight at this Independence defense. Sure, you're going to bust a couple plays as they did the previous play, but I want to get some guys out in space like Mackey and players like that and try to see if they can make a play on the edge.
Yeah, Mackey or Showalter. Now they'll run up under center. They had been running out of the shotgun, and now it'll be 2nd and 12 after that 2-yard loss. It'll be a quick pitch. This is going to be a running play for Whitaker, and I don't think he's going to get back to the original line of scrimmage. He may have got a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and long.
Yeah, once again, the Independence run defense, I think they're a little agitated that they gave that big run up, and they're really putting their ears back and penetrating and stopping the run.
Yeah, they give him no gain, so you figure you got 2 downs to pick up this 1st down. They have the ball at the Independence 28. They'll need 12 yards on this 3rd down play, and they'll work out of the shotgun now as Independence leads 20-0. We're under 2 minutes for the quarter. Here's Mans to throw. They force him out of the pocket. He's on the move, and they're going to force him out of bounds for a big loss as they're going to sack him back, looks to be about the 33, maybe the 34. Let's see where he went out of bounds on the near sideline. Looks like they'll sack him back to the 34-yard line.
Yeah, and Mans was trying to get out of bounds, and this defense was, just coming hard charging and not giving up on the play, and tackled him pretty close to being out of bounds. They need to watch that.
Well, Shady had a 1st down at the Independence 26. Now it's 4th down from the 34, and I'm sure they will go for it as they got to get the ball to the 16-yard line. to keep the drive alive. Here's Mans out of the shotgun. He's got time, throwing the deep ball down the near sideline. It's going to be intercepted.
Trey Bowers.
Bowers picks it off, and they'll get him down at the 5. And I don't know if you want to say that is as good as a punt, but I guess you could say that because if you were going to punt, you'd want to pin him down in the hole. And there is a flag, and it's going to be a chop block on Shady. And if you're independent, you'll take the result of the play and take over on the interception.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be declined. And I initially saw that before I followed the football on the screen. It was a chop block in the backfield by the Shady running back.
So Independence will take over on the pick, and they'll have the ball on their own 5-yard line. Independence had the ball on their own 42, got a touchdown. On their own 41, got a touchdown. On the Shady 13 and got a touchdown. And then they had the ball on the Shady 46 and fumbled. So this will be the 5th possession of the first quarter. And from the 5-yard line, there's going to be a running play. That's the quarterback keeper, and gets about a yard, maybe 2, will be Logan Phelan. And he is going to give him a yard out to the 6-yard line. So it'll be a gain of 1, 2nd and 9. And if you're Independent, you just want to make sure you hang on to the ball down here as we're approaching 1 minute left in the opening quarter. And now they've stopped the clock. Don't know what we got going on now. As the officials are going to talk, I'm not sure what the situation is. Maybe got an injury. It looks like there's a Shady Spring Tiger having to come out of the game.
Yeah, it must be something with an equipment
or he looks like he's kind of running kind of gingerly. Maybe he's a little shaken up on the play. Either way, the officials had to stop the play to have a substitution. Now they'll wind the clock, and we'll be under a minute to go by the time Independence will snap the ball as they'll work once again with the pistol set as Goodson lines up behind Phelan. There's all kinds of movement, and that's going to cost Independence. That'll be a penalty on Independence. They'll go half the distance as that's a false start.
Yeah, I think Independence in that formation, look, there's man coverage on the outside if you can see on the top of your screen. Trey Bowers is man up without a safety over top. Don't be surprised they're not afraid to put it in the air.
Well, that'll take the ball back to the 3-yard line. Of course, the down remains the same at 2nd down. And Independence will have Logan Phelan, the quarterback, standing in the end zone, as well as Atticus Goodson also in the end zone. As Phelan waits on the shotgun snap, he'll pitch it to Goodson. Goodson gets out of the end zone with a hard run, crosses the sideline here to the 20, over to the 30, stops, now across the grain to the 40, back across the 45, midfield. He's into Shady territory all the way down to the Shady 40-yard line. A tremendous run by Atticus Goodson. Let's see, 3 to the 50, that's a 47, and another 9 yards. That's a 56-yard run.
And that's the way to dig out of the hole. Yeah.
That's for sure. That they'll take that play to the 41-yard line of Shady. A 56-yard run by Atticus Goodson. And you're right, that's a real good way to dig out of the hole. Here's Phelan back to pass. Has time. Throws down the near sideline. Nobody there. A miscommunication as Cyrus Goodson broke off the route, and the ball is errantly thrown out of bounds for an incomplete pass.
Yeah, it didn't look like the quarterback and the wideout was on the same page there.
No, I think one was running in.
One zig and the other zag.
Yeah, one was running in. He threw it out. So 2nd and 10. Goodson gets the handoff, and he pushes the pile inside the 40. He falls forward, and he gets to the Shady 36-yard line, and that's going to be the final play of the first quarter. At the end of one of this Class AA playoff game, your score is Independence 20, Shady nothing. You are watching live streaming coverage of the opening round of the Class AA playoffs here on Video Production.
As a former college football player, I realized that sports-related injuries can happen real fast. Hello, I'm Dr. GROSE. If your child or grandchild is dealing with sports-related injuries, or maybe you're dealing with something that just won't go away, call me today and I can help you get back on the playing field. To better serve you, see us at one of our 3 locations in Beckley, Whipple, and Sophia at the numbers listed below. So take care of yourself. You deserve it.
The LG family goes above and beyond to ensure that your experience is an easy one. And by the way, tell them Hug sent you.
And we welcome you back to Coal City here at Independence High School with Eric Thomas. I'm Maris Lowry. Andrew Bolin doing an outstanding job as he is producing and directing the game. And the heavy hitter, Nick Eskins, our main man on camera, as he flexes these muscles, Eric, as I say that, the heavy hitter, which he is.
Yeah, these kids do a great job. We'd be lost without them.
Well, I'm trying to do a good job, and they really lift me up. And without them, I wouldn't be able to maybe even find my way to the stadium if it wasn't for them. So I appreciate that.
That's for sure.
Ready to start the second quarter, and when we do, it'll be a third down play for the Patriots. They have the ball at the 37-yard line of Independence. Of Shady, at the 37 of Shady. Shady's going to jump off sides. And, Eric,
No, they called a false start.
Okay. Well, Shady jumped, and I guess the reason they jumped because they were drawn off sides. And Independence will start the second quarter the way they started the game with a penalty.
Yeah, and let's see if they have that same magic, because after that first penalty, they ran the ball for a 65-yard touchdown. So
when we get a minute, we'll try to catch you up on some other scores. The winner of this game tonight will take on the winner of Roane County and Nicholas County, playing that in Summersville, and that's going on as we speak. So it'll be a third down play for Independence. It's going to be a running play up inside, and here's a huge hole and a first down. Judah Price, as he gets down inside the 20, he's not done yet, down inside the 15, all the way down to the 14-yard line, and Judah Price, like he was shot out of a cannon as he goes right up the middle for a huge gain from the 42 down to the 14-yard line.
Yeah, that's Judah Price's first carry of the game. Second. He fumbled his first carry, so he's running with a little vengeance.
28-yard run. Here's reverse pivot by Logan Phelan. He's going to go in for a touchdown. Logan Phelan will finish it from 14 yards out. And Eric, going back into the first quarter, as this drive continued into the second quarter, that's a 95-yard drive. It's a 14-yard run by Logan Phelan. That's a 6-play, 95-yard drive, and that takes the lead to 26-0 in favor of Independence, and they'll probably go for 2 maybe to try to make up for that last miss extra point. So on back-to-back runs, they get a 28-yard run from Judah Price, and now a 14-yard run from Logan Phelan, and he gets into the end zone. And they will attempt the PAT from placement. And here is the kick. It is up, and it is good. So your new score is now Independence 27, Shady nothing, 11:41 for the half. You are watching live streaming coverage of the Class AA opening round playoff game here on Video Production.
Power Sports is your one-stop off-road and tractor destination. We have an awesome selection of side-by-sides, ATVs, dirt bikes, tractors, and kid machines. Our machines come loaded with features the other brands don't have and will save you thousands of dollars versus the competition. Massey Power Sports offers the best prices, the best service, and the best warranties. Our locations in Beckley and Cross Lanes are here to serve you. Online at MasseyPowersports.com. Massey Power Sports. We power your work and your adventure.
Dad, what is a backflow prevention device?
Well, it's a device that's used to protect water supplies from contamination or pollution in homes or businesses.
Is that why you were talking to that man?
Well, he was a certified plumber from Modley's Plumbing and Heating. Modley's is fully licensed and insured in testing, installation, and service.
And we got a score update. We appreciate the fine people from Winterworld. They are big Liberty supporters, and they let me know that Liberty's behind in the first quarter against Polka 7-0. A Raleigh County team in action up there, Liberty and the Polka Dots, and appreciate Winterworld being a proud sponsor of high school football here on Video Production. The ensuing kickoff will go into the end zone for a touchback, and Eric, you may have some other scores while we got a minute.
Yeah, and in the AA ranks, Frankfort, number 13 Frankfort is on the road at Lincoln. They're up 14-0, and as you just stated, Polka is up on Liberty Raleigh 7-0. Number 6 North Marion is up on number 11 Grafton 28-7 in the second quarter, and Nicholas County and Roane County. Nicholas County's up 7-6 in the second quarter.
And the winner of that game you just mentioned between Nicholas and Roane will play the winner here, and we still got a long way to go, but right now Shady's really going to have to do something if they're going to get out of this hole and have a chance to win. As here's Mans up under center, and they'll try a running play, and that's going to lose yardage as they try to run the ball up the middle, and the loss is going to go back to the 18-yard line. They'll lose 2 on first down.
Second and 13.
Yeah, just anything into the teeth of this defense, Independence defense, is just very, very tough to get any yards.
Well, we got Logan Phelan with a couple of scores and Cyrus Goodson with a couple of scores. And, of course, that last drive, Eric, very impressive. A 95-yard, six-play, 95-yard drive that got Logan Phelan in the end zone from 14 yards away.
Yeah, it was very efficient. They did it all. No, did they complete a pass on that drive?
No, it was all on the ground.
All on the ground.
The big run of that was the Goodson run. As here's a run by Shady, and that's going to lose yardage, and that's a great hit back inside the 15-yard line.
Yeah, good solid tackle. This Independence defense, they tackle. They tackle really well.
They do, and I'm not sure who that was because we've been given so many different rosters because I guess it's changed over the course of the season. But the loss goes back to the 14. And it's going to be third and long.
The guy was his number was 50, but we don't have a 50.
We don't have a 50 on this current roster. So third and long for Shady. Mans will work out of the shotgun, takes the snap to throw, going deep down the far sideline, and it's going to be intercepted. It is picked off by Trey Bowers, and he'll pick it off there, and they'll have the ball inside the 45 at their own 43-yard line. And for the second consecutive series, Shady turns it over as we watch it on replay.
Let's watch this replay, Maris. This is just great defense on this little general replay. Trey Bowers finds the ball. He pretty much looked like he was a receiver, and that's just a great job of getting in the hip pocket of the receiver and tracking the ball and making a great catch.
So with the interception, that's back-to-back possessions where Shady has turned it over, back-to-back interceptions, and the Patriots will take over. They'll have the ball on their own 43-yard line. Independence already leads in the game 27-0. As they'll have 1st and 10 on their own 43. They'll have trips here to the near side on the bottom of your screen. Phelan waits on the shotgun snap. He's going to throw, and the pass is caught. And trying to get yardage here on the near side across the 45 with great speed is Bowers. Down the sideline, he's pushed out of bounds inside the Shady 35-yard line.
Well, that was tremendous burst of speed by Bowers to get around. It looked like that was not going to go for any yards, and he got around the edge and picked up
it's a big gain from the 43 down to the 33-yard line of Shady. And, Eric, I thought the defender of Shady took a bad angle. I mean, give Bowers a lot of credit for the speed he had. And when you have that kind of speed and taking a bad angle, as there's going to be a timeout. So from the 33, that ball, that's what, 17 to the 50, or 7 to the 50, and then another 17. So that's what, that's a 24-yard pass play.
Yes, and you're right. That was a bad angle on the tackle, and you take a bad angle with the speed on all these skill players for Independence. You're looking at a big game. Maybe he was that close to taking it to the house.
Yeah, while we got a minute, Eric, see if you have any AAA scores. Of course, the other Raleigh County team, the Flying Eagles of Beckley, are on the road at University.
Yeah, in the second quarter of that game, University 21, Beckley 10.
So 21-10.
And George Washington's on the road at number 8 Greenbrier East, and George Washington's up 7-0.
And you figure that'll be tight. That's a 9-8 matchup, as
yes.
you mentioned. East, the home team 8, GW, the visitors at number 9.
Number 3 Bridgeport's in a dogfight in the AAA ranks. Morgantown has traveled down the interstate. They're losing right now 14-7.
So out of the timeout, Independence will have it a first down at the Tiger 33-yard line. Leading 27-0, looking for more. They have the pistol set, twin receivers to the top of your screen. Logan Phelan, the quarterback. He looks over to the Independence bench, maybe gets the play. 20 on the play clock, no real hurry. He's set. Shady looks like maybe they might be coming with the blitz. They run up, back out of it. Long count. Phelan takes the snap and gives the ball to Atticus Goodson. He's got running room. He's inside the 30, inside the 20. And he has another first down for Independence as he gets all the way down to the 16-yard line and a first down.
Yeah, Atticus, I didn't see how many he picked up on that play.
Well, it went from the 33 to the 16, so that would be, what, 17
yards?
My math is much better tonight.
It is.
It's a lot easier when they run downhill like the way Independence has been running. So at the 16, a first down for Independence. Trips to the top of your screen. Phelan waits on the snap. He keeps it himself, trying to get to the edge on the far side. He breaks a tackle, gets inside the 15, and he's going to gain maybe a yard. The original line of scrimmage was the 16, and they're going to say no gain and make it 2nd and 10. So it'll be 2nd and 10 for Independence at the Shady 16-yard line. As you can see on your screen, 27-0 is the lead for Independence. as we're approaching 9:18 remaining here in the first half. Here's a handoff to Atticus Goodson. He goes right up the middle, moves the pile. He's not done yet, finds the goal line, and he's in for a touchdown. A 16-yard run by Atticus Goodson as he will polish off that drive. That will be a 4-play, 57-yard drive, and that will tack 6 more on the board for Independence and give them a 33-0 lead. And, Eric, actually this is turning out to be worse than the first time because Shady did make it 20-7, and then it got up to 38-7 at halftime, and right now it's 33-0 as Goodson trying to tack the 34th point on from placement. And here's the kick, the extra point, and that's going to be low. Don't think that's going to make it over, and it won't. So that's the out of 5 touchdowns, they've made 3 extra points, and they've missed 2. But your new score is now Independence 33, Shady nothing with 9:08 remaining here in the first half, and that was a 4-play, 57-yard drive.
Yeah, it's just all on the ground. All on the ground. They're just a machine right now, Mayor. So it's going to be a tough team, a tough out.
And Polka has added another score as Polka has taken a 14-0 lead on Liberty with 1:36 left in the second quarter. Once again, we appreciate the fine folks from Window World that are also sponsors here on all of our video production football games. They're up there at Polka tonight sending me the scores. We appreciate that, and also appreciate them being the sponsors and what they do for local high school sports. And if you ever need of windows and you're thinking even about a spring project, it's not too late to dial up Window World and put your name down on the list, because you know how it gets when you get to the spring. Everybody's wanting to, remodel, and you want to make sure that you're already ahead of the list. And get a hold of Window World today.
Window World. Hey, Mayor, unofficially, I've been trying to keep a few stats here.
And we'll get that after the kickoff. This will bounce. It's going to make the end zone. It will, and that's 3 times tonight.
3 touchbacks.
3 touchbacks, and Shady once again will start from their own 20. But you got some numbers there.
Yeah, right now, Logan Phelan is knocking on the door with 100 yards. He has 5 carries and 82 yards and 2 scores. Of course, the first score was a big 65-yard touchdown run. And Atticus Goodson has 9 carries, 154 yards, and 3 scores.
33-0 the lead, as you can see on your screen. And, Eric, you look at Shady's possessions. First possession, a fumble. Then they had 2 3-and-outs, a couple of punts. In their last 2 possessions, so they've thrown interceptions. So Shady's already turned the ball over 3 times with a fumble, 2 interceptions, and a couple of punts.
Yeah, interceptions on back-to-back possessions. And right now, this is an insurmountable hole they're in.
So here's the shotgun snap. And actually it's going to be, I guess, the Wildcat or the Tiger, as that wasn't Mans. I think that was Whitaker that took the direct snap. But he's not going to get anything out of it, and Independence slams the door for no gain.
It's going to be 2nd and 10.
So, even though Independence has given up a play here or there, a running play, a couple of nice running plays, and maybe a pass, by and large, their defense has been really good.
Yeah, really strong, really stout in all phases. They've played the pass really well. They've gotten after the quarterback big time, and like you said, a couple burst runs by Shady, but nothing really to write home about.
And this is going to be a straight run, and it's going to go for a loss. Shady just has not been able to get anything going offensively, as they have Sellers back in there, and I guess they're what they call the Tiger version of the Wildcat, and Independence just able to get penetration and throw it for a loss.
Yeah, right now, and if Cam Mans is not, I don't know if he's injured, if not able to come back in the game, this really will be a long night for the Shady Tigers.
And it seems it's already been a long night. This has been a long half already. We're just under 8 minutes in the first half. 33-0 is the lead for Independence, and this is going to bring up 3rd down. And they have to get out to the 30-yard line, so they'll need 16 on this 3rd down play. Here's the shotgun snap. It's going to be a running play. The ball's loose. It's a fumble. It's still out there. I think Independence has got it. And Shady will have turned it over for the 4th time, and Independence will recover at the 9-yard line.
Yeah, 4 times and 3 consecutive turnovers. And right now, it seems like the Independence car is running all gas, full throttle, no brakes right now.
Well, that's for sure, and that's the 4th turnover. That's 2 fumbles and 2 interceptions. And as you mentioned, Eric, for the 3rd consecutive drive, Shady will turn it over, and Independence will recover in a very short field as Independence will take over at the Shady 10-yard line.
Yeah, right now they'll go to that pistol, look for him to feed, Feed the big man, Atticus Goodson, right now.
And that's what they're going to do. Goodson right off the left side, and he'll get into the end zone for a touchdown.
See, I could even call that play.
Well, I know this. When you got better players, every coach is much smarter, and it makes your job easier when you can turn around and hand the ball to a talent like Atticus Goodson.
And he's everything as advertised, though, Maris. This kid is put together. He's big. Well, some coaches fudge, 6'2", 225 in high school. This guy's every bit 6'2", 225. They might be lowering his weight, make him look better.
Well, with 7:38 left in the half, they're not fudging this 39-0 lead, trying to get it to 40 if Goodson can make the PAT from placement. And here's the snap. The hold is good. The kick is also good, and that's been one of his best extra points. That's high and deep all the way through, and that will take it to a 40-0 lead. That was a 10-yard run for Atticus Goodson. So the drive was one play, 10 yards after the Shady turnover, and your new score is Independence 40 and Shady nothing with 7:38 remaining in the first half. And, Independence in the first game back in September had a 32-7 lead at halftime, and now this game is even further away from what that game was. It's now 40-0 Independence, and as I mentioned, we still have 7:38 left in the half.
Yeah, this is a blowout. I hate to use that term, but
I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I think Eric, when people are watching and if they haven't watched the whole game, or if they just turned us on, where have they been for the last hour or so? And they look up on their screen and like, my goodness, it's 40-0. But it is what it is. And you look at these scoring drives, and you're talking about 2 plays. You're talking about 4 plays, 2 plays, 6 plays, 4 plays, and 1 play for their scoring drive. Here's the ensuing kickoff, and this is going to make it inside the 5 instead of letting it go into the end zone. Shady's going to return it on the far side across the 15 over the 20, knocked out of bounds on the far side. Late hit, way out of bounds. They'll tack another flag, and another flag.
Well, if you're Independence, this is what you do not want to do. You can't afford moving forward to have anything stupid happen, get someone ejected, and not be able to play the next game.
And, to me, and I think this is one rule of many that high school should have of college. If you get thrown out in the first half and have to miss the second half, and hopefully nobody will get thrown out now, but if you did, you shouldn't have to miss the remainder of this game and the whole next game. You should just miss the second half of this game and be able to play like they do in college. If you get kicked out in the second half of a game in college, you have to sit out the first half of the next game.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that because, things can happen in the heat of the moment. And they say these rules are for the kids, but you only get 10 or 11 games. In college you get 12. But if you lose a whole half of a game or
a game and a half,
pretty much, I mean, that's not a good thing.
And because there were multiple flags, Shady may have retaliated, and this might be offsetting. We'll have to see. Because they're going to put the ball down, or I'm not sure where they're going to put it down at. We're waiting to see. But we definitely had a dead ball foul, a late hit on Independence on the far side, and now they're marking it off on Shady. And there's a penalty on Shady, and now they have to turn around and mark it off Independence. This is another craziest thing I've ever seen, Eric. Why don't they just say they offset and they put the ball down? So there's multiple penalties on both teams. And actually, Shady ended up getting penalized and getting the worst end of it.
Yeah,
because
I think
there was 2 penalties on Shady.
After the one lay hit, there were 2 penalties, I guess, against Shady.
Right, and now the ball will go back to the 20-yard line. So it'll be back at the 20 after all that, and we get it sorted out. If he'd have let it go in the end zone, that's where they would have had it anyway, and they'll have a 1st and 10 with Shady on their own 20-yard line, and Independence leading, as you see on your screen, 40-0. And now they do have Mans back in the game, and he'll work up under center. And he'll take the snap. It'll be a running play, and Independence is all over it.
That's Jordan Harvey.
Shady has just not been able to muster up any offense in the last 4 or 5 possessions. They had a good they had a play in the first drive, but then they've had 2 3-and-outs and 3 straight turnovers.
Yeah, and they're going the wrong way offensively, every possession. So we knew this was going to be a tough task, tall task coming in to this matchup. But this Independence team, they look like they're ready to, to make a deep run in the playoffs.
Here's a quick pitch to the near side, and that's going to get not quite back to the original line of scrimmage, and actually not even going to gain anything from that where the line of scrimmage was on that snap, and no gain, and it'll be 3rd and long from their own 16.
Yeah, hey, Independence, they do a good job of rallying to the football. I mean, they tackle, they don't miss a lot of tackles, and they gang tackle.
They actually give him a yard gain to the 17. But, Eric, here's the thing that really stands out to me. Forget the score. You wouldn't know it's 40-0 the way they're playing. They're playing like the game is tied, and that's how your kid should play.
Yeah, exactly, and that's what I like. Don't look at the score. You just look at the play. You play hard every play.
So it'll be 3rd and long once again for Shady. They'll work out of the shotgun with Cameron Mans. They'll have a receiver to each side, and it's going to be a false start. And the receiver here on the near side, he got too big of a jump, and actually got not too big of a jump. He got an early jump, and that'll cost him 5.
Yeah. Hey, Independence right now, with the situation, the down a distance, and you look for them to blitz, try to get the ball back, and maybe tack on another one. We're approaching the 6-minute mark, and it doesn't look like they're going to let up.
Well, the ball's back to the 12, and Shady needs the 30. They need 18 yards on the 3rd down play. Here's Mans. He's on the move to the far side. He's forced out of the pocket, and he's just going to have to go out of bounds, just nowhere to go. Nowhere to go with the football, and they chase him out of bounds, and he may have gained a yard, but it's going to be punt time for Shady.
Yeah, it looks like we may have a man down on the sideline.
Yeah, there's an Independence player down. I can't tell who that is over on the far side, right at the down marker. I didn't see what happened.
It looks like it's serious. It looks like it's kind of serious.
Well, like I said, I never want to speculate of what may or may not have happened.
Yeah.
Let's see if we got the replay here, and maybe we could tell here as we watch the little general replay, Eric. Here's the replay. It looked like he ran into his own guy. Maybe we could see that again. As you watch this replay, Eric, it looks like he ran into his own man. Maybe here's the C. Adam Toney instant replay again.
Yeah.
Or his own guy ran into him.
Is he up?
Yeah, I don't know how serious it is. Well, he's jogging off the field, so not as serious as we thought it was.
Hey, is that the kid we don't even have on the roster?
No, we don't have a number for him. Maybe we can get it and find out. He's played really well. But it's going to bring up a 4th down punting situation as the ball is out to the 14-yard line.
It's going to bring up 4th down in about 16.
So Mans is only able to gain 2 on the play, and it'll be punt time for Shady. So we're under 6 minutes for the half. 40-0 Independence leads, as you can see on your screen. And plenty of time, especially with the field position that Independence will get if they handle the ball cleanly. Could tack another on.
Don't be surprised if Judah Price gets this and takes it to the house.
Well, it's going to come to Judah Price. He'll catch it at the 48-yard line, comes near side. He's inside the 40, inside the 35, crosses the 30, down inside the Shady 25, and he gets down to about the 22-yard line. Another big return by Independence's Judah Price.
Yeah, he's just – I like that kid. He plays the football the way it should be played.
So they're going to put him down at the 23 maybe. 24 is where they say his knee hit. So once again, another short field for Independence as they'll have the ball at the Shady 24-yard line, already up 40-0 with 5:37 remaining here in the first half. At halftime, we'll recap this offensive explosion by Independence, and Eric will have some stats, and we'll get you caught up in other playoff games. Also appreciate Giovanni's Pizza. Once again, our pregame meal there tonight. Mamma mia, was it good.
Mamma mia.
Yes. Going to make Eric Italian. Going to change his name from Thomas to Tom Silioso. Here comes a pass into the end zone. It is caught for a touchdown. That was a beautiful throw by Logan Phelan. And Phelan able to get the ball, and going up is the wide receiver Cyrus Goodson, and he just out-jumped the Shady defender to haul it in the back of the end zone for an Independence touchdown, a one-play, 24-yard drive, a 24-yard touchdown pass from Logan Phelan to Cyrus Goodson. How about that, Eric Tomasilioso?
Hey, so let me give you a stat, and this is showing it's real prophetic. Every 2.3 completions, Logan Phelan throws a touchdown. You know how many times he's thrown the ball?
What, 3?
Four.
And there's the extra point tacked on. And the touchdown and the point after extends the lead to 47-0. So almost a half of a C note put up by Independence. They lead 47-0. And, wow, just what an explosion on the offensive end.
Yeah, just and they do it. They can do it through the ground, on the ground, through the air, special teams. Defensively, they can turn interceptions into great field position. This is a well-oiled machine here, and it's going to take a stout team to come up here and get a victory.
Yeah, to slow them down. I mean, no one's even come close to slowing down, let alone stopping them.
Yeah, I mean, this is full throttle, 100 miles per hour. This is a NASCAR offense.
Well, this reminds me, and you had alluded to about the NFL a little while ago. This kind of reminds me of what they used to call the St. Louis Rams, the greatest show on turf, when Kurt Warner was the quarterback, and you had Marshall Falk and those great receivers of Holt. And,
yes, Isaac Holt.
And there's another one that just went into the Hall of Fame. His name kind of slips me, but you know what I'm talking about. But the Independents have become really one of the greatest shows on turf. They put up 47 points here in the first half.
I mean, they have weapon after weapon.
Here comes the ensuing kickoff, and this will be returnable on the far side. And Independence is offsides, but that's the one thing we've seen. Independence has had a few penalties here and there, a couple of holding penalties, offsides, some maybe mental mistakes, but just they've overcome it with how explosive they are on offense.
Yeah, and that thing, I hope it doesn't come back to bite them, but they really that is a good sign of being explosive, because they can get behind the chains, and 1st and 15 doesn't really seem to matter to them. 1st and 20 really doesn't matter to them.
Well, there's a much more competitive game at Polka, but Polka is in front of the other Raleigh County school, Liberty, 14-0 at the break. And then, of course, the two Raleigh County schools here in this game here's the squibbing kick, and Shady can't handle it. They'll have to go back to about the 10-yard line to get on it. And, of course, Beckley, the 4th Raleigh County team in AAA, playing up in Morgantown against University tonight. In our last report, Eric, you had Beckley. They were behind, 21-10, right?
Yes, and I think University has tacked on another score. It's 28-10 in the second quarter.
Yeah.
Another local team, in Midland Trail, they had to make the big trip up to Doddridge County, and they're losing right now 18-7 in single-A matchup. And
that's one thing. Southern West Virginia, Eric, in all three classes, well representative. We got quite a few teams from the southern part of the state here in the playoffs in this first weekend of the high school football playoffs. So put the ball down at the 11-yard line. That's where Shady will have it. 1st and 10 on their own 11. And man set to throw, goes to the far side's got a receiver out there, and he catches it for a very minimal gain, if any gain at all.
Yeah, that's probably a 1-yard gain, if anything. Long crossing route. And Trey Bowers, once again, did a great job of, coming up from his corner position and shutting the door on a run after the catch.
Excuse me. Yeah, just a 1-yard catch. 1-yard gain on the catch, rather. Beg your pardon, excuse me there. Had a little frog in the throat.
Halftime,
well, on another area, team, Mount View, Sherman had to make the trip down to Welch, and it's tied 6-6 in the second quarter.
So it'll be 2nd and 9 for Shady out of the gun. Mans, takes the snap, running play, and it's going to gain a few yards up over the 15 and just a little shy of the 20-yard line. That's a pretty good gain on that run that time by Shady.
Yeah, and looks like this is going to be about 3rd and 3, and this has probably been the closest they've been to getting a first down conversion in the last 4 possessions.
Yeah, they have the ball at the 18, got to get to the 21. You're right. I mean, when you look at Shady's possessions in the first half, fumble, 3 and out, interception, fumble, and punt, 3 and out. So they had 3 and outs and 4 turnovers in the first half. 3rd and 3, twin receivers at the bottom of the screen. Mans takes the snap, throws the ball to the far side. It's going to be caught, and it'll be a first down, and a much-needed first down for Shady.
Yeah, much needed. I don't see who that was on the reception for the Shady Tigers, but that was good just to move the chains and keep this offense, this juggernaut of an offense, on the sideline.
So they'll put the ball down at the 24-yard line. That was a 6-yard pickup, and as you mentioned, Eric, we'll move the chains as the clock will continue to turn with 3:45 and counting in a half. And It's been all Independence up 47-0.
And you have to watch. You have to be real careful here if you're Shady. I mean, some of these balls hanging in the air a little bit can be picked off and taken to the house.
There's a running play to the near side, and trying to get to the edge is Whitaker. That could be a late hit. Well, it was very close. I think the reason it wasn't called because Whitaker didn't get hit to the ground. So Whitaker, though, able to pick up a few yards as he gets the ball over the 25 and gets the ball out to the 28-yard line.
Yeah, but they've strung a couple of positive plays here together. The Shady Spring offense has.
So it'll be second down for Shady. Clock stop when Whitaker went out of bounds with 3:24 remaining in the half from their 28-yard line. Here's Mans. It's going to be another running play, and it's going to get the ball up over the 30, out to the 31, maybe even the 32. Let's see where they put him down at. But that was they've got a nice couple of runs that they've been able to string together, and they will put him down at the 32-yard line.
It's third down.
So it does bring up third down
Another
for
third
Shady.
and 3.
Of course, coming up at halftime, we'll recap first half. We'll have the numbers. We'll have scores of the other playoff games going on. The two other Raleigh County teams are both losing at the moment. Beckley down 28-10 against University, and Polka down 14-0 against Polka. Pressure comes. Mans eludes it. He's on the move as he's going to throw it with the left hand. And is that caught? I believe it is for a first down at the 40. How about that? Man being chased, and he just flipped it out there with the left arm, and it's a completed catch.
Little laundry on the field. And
Mans is also hurt.
It looks like he's down.
So they're going to say he crossed the line of scrimmage or maybe illegal man downfield. Excuse me.
And that was like Patrick Mahomes right there, little Pat Mahomes-esque, the way he threw it with his left hand.
But Mans is shaken up. He's going to have to come out of the game, and that's going to be lost it down. I think they had a legal receiver downfield, and that's the call. As we can watch the replay.
Let's watch. Is this a C. Adam Toney instant replay here? Let's see. The line of scrimmage was the 30. Yeah, clearly right here.
Can make it about third down and 7.
Yes, that was an incredible play though. Yeah.
Yep.
It looked like the left tackle just leaked past the line of scrimmage.
So they're going to move the ball back to the 26-yard line. And that's where Shady will have it. We're under 10 on the play clock. They'll work out of the shotgun again with twin receivers to the bottom of the screen. 2:14 left in the half. Mans gets the snap. He's on the move. He's going to throw, and that ball's going to short hop. Because he was on the move, Eric, he just couldn't get enough on it, and he's not able to really deliver the ball he wanted to, and the ball short hops.
Yeah, and this Independence defense is really up front, has won the war because Mans is scrimmaging 8 yards. You know, he's getting the shotgun snap 8 yards behind the line of scrimmage and still under duress as soon as he catches it.
And, you know, and pretty much all the games that we've done in Shady, and I don't know how many we've done, 3 or 4 of them, but yeah, I know we did Pikeview, we did Nicholas County, West Side, Wyoming East in this one. So what's that, 5 games?
5 games.
And he has really been under duress in almost in every game that we've done. Here comes the punt. It's a line drive. The ball's going to hit and bounce. Judah Price will take it on the hop at the 30-yard line. He comes here to the near side, makes one man miss, and gets over the 35, and then will be tackled
flag,
at the
a little laundry on the field.
36, and we'll have to sort it out.
Down to the 37-yard line.
Wait and see what the call is going to be. Judah Price able to get to the 37-yard line as we wait and see what the penalty is going to be. It's all Independence leading 47-0. Penalty is going to go against Independence, and I appreciate my partner hooking me up while we're waiting to see, able to get me a little water here. Thank you, Eric. I appreciate it.
It's a little quality H2O. That's from the Water Boy Mares.
Yeah, we know about that. Joe Montana. We know all about the Water Boy. So anyway, the penalty is going to go against Independence, and boy, I did need the water, that's for sure.
So what you have here, if you're Shady, you definitely don't want it. They do have someone in the middle of the field, a safety. He needs to cheat over, though, to the bottom of your screen here. Here comes Atticus.
And here comes Goodson across the 30, 35 down the sideline. This will go to the 40, to the 30, the 20. He looks back. You're not catching me. The 10, the 5. Touchdown, Independence. Atticus Goodson from the 26-yard line. So that is a 74-yard run. One play, 74 yards, and Independence has tacked 6 more on the board and have a 53-0 lead. And, Eric, with that run, Atticus is probably either at or over the 200-yard mark.
Definitely over the 200-yard mark, 5 touchdowns in the first half. And that was we talked about off the air. Atticus is finished regular season 5th in scoring. He only played 7 games. He only played the first half in 3 games.
Here's the extra point. It is good, as that's a 74-yard run. So with the 74-yard run, a one-play 74-yard drive, that takes the new score. Independence now up 54-0. And, Eric, I am not sure. We'll have to get verification here at halftime. In playoff games, I'm not sure if they run the clock in the fourth quarter. I think they do, but I want to be 100% sure. We'll find that out at halftime.
Unofficially, this is unofficial scoring here. Atticus Goodson has carried the ball 11 times for 243 yards and 5 scores.
Wow. And if you break that down, how much is that per carry? If you do the math there, what is that, 11 carries, 243 divided 11?
22 yards a carry, which is slightly under his season average. Which
is amazing. And, if you're Independence now.
That was that Independence math right there.
Well,
it was that calculator.
Well, listen, that works too. My day we didn't have no calculator. Didn't know what it was. But because, we had fingers and toes to count back in my day. But you would think now, Eric, with this big of a lead of 54-0, and I know you still want to keep your kids sharp, but you would think maybe that Coach Lee will dip into the bench a lot here in the second half. Here comes the squib kick, and the up man for Shady will get it and get the ball up to about the 35-yard line, and that's where Shady will have the ball to start this possession on their own 35-yard line.
Yeah, but being up 54-0, that's good. That's good news and bad news for the Shady Tigers. If you do see a lot of subbing by Independence, but we've covered them. They have a lot of young, hungry running backs on this team.
So waiting for the referees to put it down. I think they're going to put it down at the 36-yard line, and that's where Shady will start this possession. They will. They'll put the ball down at the 36-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Independence, as you can see on your screen. 1:41 left in the half, 54-0 the lead. Mans will work out of the shotgun, take the snap. Here's a running play, Bernardo, and he'll fall forward, and he's not going to get much. Actually, he's not going to gain anything. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, some tough sledding right now for this Shady Spring offense. I mean, Independence, they've had their way, offensively, but this defense, they're not giving up much at all.
And, Eric, I don't know what you say if you're Vince Curlicerto. You're just outmanned. I think there's no X's and O's that you can come up with that can combat this Independence team.
Sometimes the schemes and all that don't work, as you said, when you don't have, the players. Not that they don't have any good players. They're just outmanned right now.
Right. Here's a running play, going to gain maybe a yard and barely, but we're not. One thing, Shady's going to play hard, and it's not like you're right. Shady's got good football players.
Yes, they do.
But Independence just has more, and Independence is deeper, and Independence is so explosive. It's just hard to it's hard to keep up with that.
Yeah, this offense is they can score from anywhere on the field. They don't throw the ball a lot because they don't have to, but when they do throw the ball, it's usually for a 24 to 25-yard gain or score. So, that's just tough to deal with.
Well, as you know, when we did the Nicholas County game a few weeks back, and you made the comment, and you're right, if you commit to the run, you load up the box, and there's one man coverage. Here's another running play by Shady, and it's going to lose yardage and bring up a 4th down. But if you load up the box, then you've got man coverage, and what we've seen thus far, and it's going to be very hard for any AA team to have their D-back be better than Independence's receivers. And then if you're going to back up off the pass, then they can gash you. They can gash you with the run, and there's a flag at the end of that play. And that's what we hope, Eric, that this don't get out of hand. With the score being what it is at 54-0, we just don't want somebody to, a late
hit,
late hit, or somebody says this, you punch somebody, you do this, and you get kids kicked out. You don't want that. So we'll wait to see what the penalty is going to be. Yeah. And that will be the end of the first half as the time will run out at the break, as you can see on your screen, and that is correct. It's Independence 54, Shady nothing. We'll take a halftime break as you're watching live streaming coverage of the Class AA opening round playoffs here on Video Production.
If you're looking to sell your vehicle, Auto Buyers of West Virginia is your solution. We buy all cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs and have a simple and safe way to sell your vehicle. We'll give you a free appraisal on your vehicle and make you an offer to buy it on the spot. Whether you're still making payments or have a clear title, we'll turn your car into cash today at Auto Buyers of West Virginia. So come see us at Cranberry Creek Shopping Center off Eisenhower Drive in Beckley. Auto Buyers of West Virginia, the simple, safe, and secure way to sell your vehicle.
The LG family goes above and beyond to ensure that your experience is an easy one. And by the way, tell them Hug sent you.
Nachos, better with Pepsi.
As a former college football player, I realized that sports-related injuries can happen real fast. Hello, I'm Dr. GROSE. If your child or grandchild is dealing with sports-related injuries, or maybe you're dealing with something that just won't go away, call me today and I can help you get back on the playing field. To better serve you, see us at one of our 3 locations in Beckley, Whipple, and Sophia at the numbers listed below. So take care of yourself. You deserve it.
It's time to start planning for new vinyl siding for your home. People know Window World for the best value in windows, but that's just the beginning, because we install beautiful siding as well. Window World has energy-efficient, form-fitting panels along with a company that stands behind their work. We take pride in our employees and appreciate our customers. Now that's Window World difference. Start planning your siding remodel today. Call Window World of Beckley today for your free estimate.
The LG family goes above and beyond to ensure that your experience is an easy one. And by the way, tell them Hug.
And we welcome you back to Independence High School here in Coal City, West Virginia. I'm Maris Lowry with Eric Thomas. Andrew Boland doing an outstanding job in producing and directing. And, of course, where would we be without our heavy hitter, Nick Eskins? Nick on camera, and he also is our chaperone as well as our security. So we appreciate Nick for that. And, Eric, right now, I don't know if anybody needs a chaperone but you and I. But, you know, Independence first half, they had 9 possessions and they scored 8 touchdowns.
Yeah, and very efficient. 2 of those possessions were one play possessions for scores. So this offense is just really just it's very efficient, a quick strike. We didn't have a chance to do it, but I bet on the year they probably average a touchdown every 8 to 9 plays.
Actually, Eric, to take it one step further, out of the 8 touchdowns, 4 possessions were one-play scores.
4.
The first one was 1 play. The second one was 4 plays. It was a 1-play drive, a 4-play drive, a 2-play drive, a 6-play drive, 4-play, and then the last 3 plays from scrimmage was 10 yards, 24 yards, and 76 yards. So that is what, if my math is correct, 76, 86, that's 110 yards of offense and 3 touchdowns in the last 3 plays of the half.
I mean, they're just explosive, and some of them, 2 of the runs were just simple toss sweeps that turned into a 74-yard touchdown. I mean, what do you do?
Yeah, and, right off the bat, it was 7-0, 14-0. Shady got in that hole right off the bat. And in the first game back in September, it was 20-0 Independence at the end of the first quarter. And the case tonight was Independence just smothered them. It was pretty much almost the same thing of what we had the first time, only now it's worse, where it was 38-7 at halftime in September. Now in this playoff game, it's 54-0 here at the break.
Yeah, and it's been all Independence and they in every facet of the game. Special teams, offense, defensively, they all three phases they've won.
Well, as you can see there on your screen, the Shady Band is performing here at halftime. It's our halftime being brought to you by Giovanni's Pizza, Mamma Mia, delicious food, 2 locations to serve you down the Liberty Way at Glen Daniel, Giovanni's, and then, of course, if you're making your way to an Independence game as we did here tonight, as we had our pregame meal right there at Leicester Square, Giovanni's Pizza, that's Italiano. We're going to go ahead and take our second halftime break. When we come back, Eric will have some team and individual totals, and we'll also get you caught up on some of the other playoff games going on around the state of West Virginia on this first weekend of the 2021 high school football playoffs. You are watching live streaming coverage of the Class AA opening round high school football playoffs here on Video Productions.
If you're looking to sell your vehicle, Auto Buyers of West Virginia is your solution. We buy all cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs and have a simple and safe way to sell your vehicle. We'll give you a free appraisal on your vehicle and make you an offer to buy it on the spot. Whether you're still making payments or have a clear title, we'll turn your car into cash today at Auto Buyers of West Virginia. So come see us at Cranberry Creek Shopping Center off Eisenhower Drive in Beckley. Auto Buyers of West Virginia, the simple, safe, and secure way to sell your vehicle.
The LG family goes above and beyond to ensure that your experience is an easy one. And by the way, tell them Hug sent you.
Nachos, better with Pepsi.
As a former college football player, I realized that sports-related injuries can happen real fast. Hello, I'm Dr. GROSE. If your child or grandchild is dealing with sports-related injuries, or maybe you're dealing with something that just won't go away, call me today and I can help you get back on the playing field. To better serve you, see us at one of our 3 locations in Beckley, Whipple, and Sophia at the numbers listed below. So take care of yourself. You deserve it.
It's time to start planning for new vinyl siding for your home. People know Window World for the best value in windows, but that's just the beginning, because we install beautiful siding as well. Window World has energy-efficient, form-fitting panels along with a company that stands behind their work. We take pride in our employees and appreciate our customers. Now that's Window World difference. Start planning your siding remodel today. Call Window World of Beckley today for your free estimate.
The LG family goes above and beyond to ensure that your experience is an easy one. And by
Yeah. And we welcome you back to Independence High School with Eric Thomas. I'm Maris Lowry. Of course, producing and directing tonight's ball game is Andrew Boland. And our main man, the cameraman, Mr. Nick Etskins. And, of course, Eric, Chris Farish, normally our stat guy, he couldn't make it tonight. So that leaves you with double duty and actual triple duty. Not only do you have the Beckley Auto Mall keys to each half and doing expert color analyst, but you have to keep a few stats. And, of course, there wasn't a lot of stats on the Shady ledger, but there was for Independence.
Yeah, so total yards in the first half for this Independence Patriot team. They finished with 373 total yards in 2 quarters, 325 on the ground. Atticus Goodson leads the way with 11 totes, 5 touchdowns, and 243 yards. Logan Phelan has carried the ball 5 times for 82 yards and 2 touchdowns. Through the air, Phelan is 3 of 4 for 48 yards and a score to Cyrus.
But, Eric, let's switch gears and talk a little Mountaineer basketball. West Virginia got a 7-point victory Tuesday night at the Coliseum against Oakland. They were playing Pitt, a sellout crowd, and that game should be underway. It tipped about a half an hour ago in Morgantown, and we don't have West Virginia and Pitt in the backyard brawl in football, but we have it in basketball tonight.
Yeah, and right now Pitt's ailing. I saw where they lost.
Colgate.
They lost to Colgate because they're down 3 starters. They had to suspend one. One's hurt, and I don't know what happened to the other. But this is a winnable game for West Virginia. But right now, early in the season, anything can happen, and this West Virginia team's really trying to find this identity. The first game they didn't rebound well, and that's a Hug staple. So if you don't shoot well and don't rebound well, that's not a good formula.
And I think the biggest thing, and you watch a lot more West Virginia basketball than I do, and so you can correct me if you think I'm wrong on this, but I think, in my opinion, for West Virginia, obviously to be the kind of team that everyone thinks they can be at the end of the season, you're not going to replace a McBride because he was so good offensively, but you're going to have to come up maybe with a couple guys. I think that's a big key. The right word is replace, but someone that can come in and give you what he gave you, even if it's multiple guys to give you what he gave you last year.
Well, what he gave you, though, was he was so much more athletic, and he did it on both sides of the ball, so to speak. Defensively, he was able to give you steals, or extra possessions. You don't want to replace him, but you need someone who can run the offense, not turn it over, and you're losing a 18 to 20 point scorer in Deuce. So.
And another thing on a sour note, as far as West Virginia fans are concerned, the big fella Oscar Sheedway played really well for Kentucky in their loss against Duke the other night. He had a double-double. I think he had 19 points, 18 rebounds, and like I said, I thought he played really, really well. And I don't know what the situation was at West Virginia, but I think that he's really going to help this Kentucky team.
Yeah, Kentucky's they're loaded with 5 stars, but they got handled.
Well, Duke is very good. Duke is very good. Yes.
They got handled. So.
Yeah. So, of course, this is the last hurrah for Coach K. That was the first game of his final season, and Duke is very talented. I think Duke's going to handle a lot of teams from what I saw. And that's, when I watched that game the other night, I was like, wow, Duke is this good in the first game. Man, just as more time goes and they really gel, how good is this Duke team really going to be?
They looked really good, but, it's going to be the usual suspects out there again. All the Blue Bloods, Kansas. They look good.
Gonzaga will be good. UCLA will be good.
Just the Blue Bloods.
And North Carolina.
North Carolina going to be
and it's
all right.
interesting to see North Carolina because Hubert Davis in his first year, never been a head coach, but handpicked by Roy Williams. So, North Carolina, they get top quality players as they always do, and they should be right there in it again.
And he's right there, and he's going to be a good recruiter. I mean, the guy was on, played in the NBA for a lot of years, been on the bench with Roy Williams by his side for a lot of years. I think he'll be fine. They just figure out all they have to do sometimes is show up and say, hey, you want to pick us because UNC, wear the Air Jordan gear and all. They got a lot of recruiting tools at all those Blue Bloods.
Well, now, Eric, we'll switch it back to the game that you're watching here on video production. You can see on your screen, and that is correct. Independence up 54-0 at the break. And, Eric, it's time for the Beckley Automall keys to the second half. Beckley Automall, go out and see Rick Lewis, Chuck Bentley, Mike Earhart, or John Fornash. They'll hook you up with the vehicle that will, that will fix your wallet. And I'm sure if they don't have it, they'll do everything they can to get you a vehicle. But, Eric, right now, put your coaching hat on. You're Vince Colacerto. You're down 54-0. Like, what are you telling your guys?
Hey, you just got to keep battling. I mean, don't go out and lay down. Just, offensively try to move the ball and try to get some stops. Try to slow this Independence offense down a little bit.
And if you're John H. Lilly?
And if you're Coach John Lilly, the key to the game is not to get anyone hurt moving forward. Maybe mix in some mix in some of the young guys, hungry guys, and develop some playoff depth and give them some experience.
And also, while we were talking, we did find out that the 35-point rule is also in effect even in the postseason. And if you're not familiar with that rule, what that is, when one team is ahead of another by 35 or more points in the fourth quarter, it's a running clock. And what we have here, Eric, at 54-0, not less, Shady can score 20 points without independent scoring. Without that happening here in the third quarter, we will have a running fourth quarter clock.
Yeah, definitely. And the thing is, with this, I know Shady, you never know. Maybe Shady might agree to dropping it down. So we had 6-minute quarters in one game.
Right.
And it wasn't even yet 54-0.
Yeah.
So.
In a regular season, I would say that probably would happen. I don't know that Shady would do that in a postseason game.
Right.
I mean, you always want to think about the well-being and the health of your athletes, but at the same time, you don't want to wave the white flag. I mean, I don't think that's something that Shady would probably do even at 54-0. But this game got away from Shady very early, and that was one of your way back when we talked about the Beckley Auto Mall keys of the first half was, trying to hang in there early, and they just weren't able to do it. And before you knew what was up, you looked up, and it was 27-0. Then it was 40-0, and now 54-0 at halftime.
Yeah, and it's like I said, the little snowball just turned into an avalanche real quick.
Well, like I said, Independence had 9 possessions in that first half, and they scored on 8 of them. And out of their 8 touchdown drives, 4 of them were just one-play drives.
Yeah, I mean, what do you do with that? I mean, that's as explosive as you can get right there. I mean, it's just.
And I'm sure, as we mentioned, if Coach Lilly, I'm sure he'll put his regulars in to start the third quarter. But when he does start mixing in other players, they want to do their best. And, you want all your kids to go out there and play hard. So, you're like, you don't want to tell your kids not to play hard. But, no question that Independence could put 70, 80 points on the board and not really attempt to, try to run the score up.
Yeah, I mean, and the thing you have, though, Marison, we've had a chance to be on the other end of a couple Independence blowouts. They have, like, the young running backs, the Link Swallers, a couple other running backs that come in. They run they run just as hard as Atticus Goodson and Judah Price. Those guys want to get their shine. So it's real hard, as you said, when you put those other guys in to tell them not to score.
Yeah, and for Shady, they had 3 and outs and 4 turnovers. They had 2 interceptions and 2 fumbles. And, in any game, you can't turn the ball over 4 times and expect to win. Independence turned it over 1. So we're ready to start the second half. Independence will kick off. Shady will be working left to right there on your screen. 54-0, as you can see on your screen, is the score. And Shady will get the ball, as we mentioned, to start the second half. And the winner of this game, it looks like it will be Independence, will take on either Roane County or Nicholas County. And
let's
at
try
the
to
break,
get a check on that.
Yeah,
score.
The last score you had was 7-6 at the half, and Nicholas County will keep you up to date on all the other scores going on around the state of West Virginia in all 3 classes here on the opening weekend of the state high school football playoffs. Here's the kickoff, and it's going to go down inside the 10-yard line. It's picked up about the 7 on across the far side 10 and ran out of bounds about the 15-yard line, is where Shady will set up shop to start the second half.
Yep, and I don't know if there was a flag. No, that was them marking the ball. I thought we were going to start the second half as we did the first half with a penalty.
So Shady will start things on their own 15-yard line.
Ball will be about on the 15-yard line.
It'll be 1st and 10, Shady. As you can see on your screen, they'll be working left to right. 54-0 is the lead for Independence. And they just exploded from the very beginning. And there was a flag, Eric, but now it's picked up. So you were right. You did see a flag. And the referee said that they'll wave it off. And now they'll put the ball inside the 15 and put the ball down at the 14-yard line. And that's where Shady will start.
Yeah, let's see what they drew up here offensively to try to, get some first downs here.
So let's see what they'll do. As you mentioned, Eric, and it will be Cameron Manns, and he will work up under center. And it seems like that's when they had some success on offense. It was when he was under center. Here's a quick pitch, and this is going to be a nice little gain out to about the 15-yard line. Actually, it's only ended up as a 1-yard gain. Looked like it was going to go for more than what it did.
Yeah, and Judah Price was able to fill the gap and made a good solid tackle. I mean, what do you say? That looked like it was going to go for some yards and went for none yards.
Right. Well, actually, they'll give him 1 to the 15 from the 14 to 15. But right when they was running the sweep, it did look like that it was going to go for 5 or 6 yards, and it goes for 1.
Yeah, and that just shows the speed of this Independence defense. Has sideline to sideline speed, and they're strong up the middle. It's just going to be tough to move the ball on them.
So it'll be 2nd and 9 for Shady. They have the ball at the 15-yard line. We're at 5 seconds on the play clock. Manns gets the snap off. It's a quick pitch going to the far side, trying to get to the edge, and not much there cooking. Just gets over the 15, maybe to the 16, and that's about it.
Maybe a yard, maybe 2.
Yep.
So you're in danger. You're in danger of going 3 and out to start the second half.
Yeah, it's going to be 3rd down and 7. They'll have the ball on their own 17-yard line. As you can see on your screen, 54-0 is the score. 10.5 remaining third quarter. And we're going to catch you up to date with some other scores maybe after this play. We can tell you that Polka leads Liberty 21-0 in the third quarter at Polka in Class AA. That's number 5 and number 12. Here's the shotgun snap to Mans. Pressure comes. They force him out of the pocket. Throws the ball across the middle. Guy wide open. First down. Here comes Shady across the 30-yard line and ran out of bounds. And I believe that is Showalter, as he was able to haul that in and pick up a first down over the 30-yard line. And it was Showalter, Jacob Showalter on the catch. Or is that, yes, it is so hard to see those gold numbers on the white uniforms, but it is a first down for Shady at the 32-yard line.
And that was good to see Shady pick up this initial first down to start this second half. Get something positive going here maybe.
Yeah, that's a 14-yard pickup, actually 15-yard pickup. So it'll be first down from the 32-yard line. Mans will be up under center. He'll have split backs behind him, receivers to each side. It's going to be a running play, and Independence right there to slam the door. And basically no gain. Like I said, it's just outside of a running play here or there, it's been really hard for Shady to muster up anything on the ground.
Yards have been tough to come up with against this Independence defense.
So they're going to go actually dropping for a 1-yard loss back to the 31 and make it 2nd and 11. So Roane County's taking the lead on Nicholas County 12-7, we are told.
Liberty Raleigh 0, Polka 21.
Also, we've got some other scores. North Marion up 48-7 over Grafton.
And Robert C. Byrd, they're up 31-12 over Scott. And that's another one of those dangerous teams at the 8 spot.
Here's a quick pitch, and it's going to lose yardage as well.
So, Maris, in the brackets, 8 would play 1 if they won correct.
That is correct. I mean, in my opinion, and I've said this, and people look at me strange, and I'm going to run this by you and see if you look at me strange. You look at me strange a lot.
I'll do.
I know, but you're going to agree more. We agree more times than we don't agree, even though obviously not everybody agrees with everybody. But I'm going to ask you something right after this play and see if you do agree with me. So on this third down play, ball on their own 29-yard line for Shady. They've got to get out to the 42. They'll need 13. Here's the shotgun snap to Mans. He's got all day. Throws up underneath, and Independence just lets him catch it up underneath, and will get him down short of the first down across the 35 out to the 37-yard line.
On the play, brings up 4th down.
Well, they found something at halftime with this crossing route. That's the second time that they've been able to get, behind or in front of the linebackers and run that crossing route.
All right, 4th down. Let's see if they're going to punt or go for it. But my question to you, in my opinion, in all 3 classes, triple, double, and single A, I think they should reseed after every round.
Oh, absolutely. I think the higher seed
should always play the lower seed.
Yeah.
So Shady going to go for it on 4th down. They'll work with Mans. Actually, they're not going to go for it. For a minute there, I thought they were because they still might. They might fake it. Mans is set back in punt formation, and he actually is going to kick it, and that's a booming punt. Jason Price all the way back to he's 21. He comes here up the middle, crosses the 25, now trying to get here to the near side. Now he breaks a tackle and just juking and jiving, and he's still moving, and he breaks a tackle. He comes out of there. He's crossed the 40. This might go cross midfield. He's got a convoy, 1 man to beat, inside the 30, cuts back at the 20, to the 10, to the 5. That's an amazing punt return. Touchdown. That covers 79 yards.
Hey,
that is something else. We've got to watch this on the replay.
This is a play of the week right here. That's exactly. They're playing video game music. This is unreal. This is an unreal run by Judah Price.
He broke.
The only people that almost tackled him was his own players.
Yeah,
his own teammates.
Once he broke out to the near side with the speed and the convoy he had, and only the punter was left, and he was able to cut back inside and take it to the house. Wow, what an amazing touchdown!
Hey, they were high-fiving each other going across the.
And on the punt return, we're going to call that a 79-yard punt return. And if you can add that to your scoring sheet. 79-yard Judah Price return, and the extra point. It is good, and your new score is Independence 61, Shady nothing, 7:15 for the third quarter. We'll take a break. You're watching live streaming coverage of the Class AA opening round playoffs here on video production.
Looking to sell your vehicle? Auto Buyers of West Virginia is your solution. We buy all cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs and have a simple and safe way to sell your vehicle. We'll give you a free appraisal on your vehicle and make you an offer to buy it on the spot. Whether you're still making payments or have a clear title, we'll turn your car into cash today at Auto Buyers of West Virginia. So come see us at Cranberry Creek Shopping Center off Eisenhower Drive in Beckley. Auto Buyers of West Virginia, the simple, safe, and secure way to sell your vehicle.
My name is Hank, and I'm coming clean. Everyone I know thinks I know something about plumbing. Oh, I look the part. I talk the talk. I have all the tools, snake, pipe wrenches, torches, but I can't fix anything. I can't even flush a toilet. What they don't know is I've been calling Motley's Plumbing and Heating. They're fully licensed and insured. I just simply call 304-253-HELP, and here they come down the road to fix the problem. It just feels so good to get rid of the guilt.
We're ready for the ensuing kickoff as Independence got an amazing touchdown return on a punt by Judah Price. So here's the ensuing kickoff. Shady picks it up inside the 20. They run it back over the 30 and get out to the 34-yard line, and that's where Shady will set up shop. But of all the electrifying plays we've seen tonight, I think that punt return, I think anytime you have a kick return of any kind, whether it be a kickoff or a punt, I always think it's more exciting than maybe a play from scrimmage. But it was like a video game, and Judah Price able to go 79 yards with the punt return and another Independence touchdown.
Yeah, and he did that in exciting fashion, as you stated. I mean, like I've said it this whole year, that this guy is worth the price of admission, Judah Price. He's electric.
So it'll be the 34-yard line where Shady will set up shop for this possession. 61-0 is the lead, and I was just informed that Polka has scored again, and they lead Liberty 28-0 as they're getting near the end of the third quarter at Polka. So looks like Liberty's got a lot of work and may not get back into that game. Polka with the lead. Here comes a running play for Shady, and Independence once again all over it, and it's going to lose a couple yards back to the 32-yard line. But I know, Eric, you're going to try to get us caught up with some more scores.
Second and 13.
Yeah, in the AAA ranks, Beckley, they held up in the first quarter a little bit. They're getting beat 52-10 right now in the third quarter.
And you know, Eric, here's something, and you may or may not know this. You know, Beckley has not beaten University in anything, in any sport.
Yeah, I do know that stat.
Yeah.
Over.
So 2nd and 12, we'll get some more scores after this play. As Eric told you, Beckley, Raleigh County team in trouble, and there's going to be a running play with a loss of yardage. So Shady, Raleigh County team, obviously going to lose to a Raleigh County team in Independence. Polka is down 28-0. Beckley's down in a big way. So it looks like 3 of the 4 Raleigh County teams are going to be eliminated as Shady fumbles on that play.
Yes, in Roane County, they look like they came down, to Nicholas County trying to get this upset. It's in the fourth quarter now, Maris, with the score 12-7, Roane County over Nicholas County.
Yep, and that could come down to just the final play here or there as Shady turns it over. And that's the 5th turnover of the night. And at the 27-yard line is where Independence will take over their first possession here of the second half. They scored on 8 of their 9 possessions of the first half, and then they've added a punt return here in the second half to take the 61-0 lead as they'll work out of the shotgun. Here's a quick pitch. It'll go to Atticus Goodson. He breaks a tackle. He comes back up inside. He gets down inside the 20, and a very hard, tough run. And he's very close to a first down, depending on when they put him down at.
And that he stumbled that right out of the gate, and he's just a load. That's a 9-yard gain probably.
Well, let's see. They're walking back. Maybe do we have a penalty? And we do. They're going to call a false start. And you would have think it was a false start if they would have blown the play dead before it really got going.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. And what else? Logan Phelan wasn't in a quarterback right there. It looked like they switched to Trey Bowers.
Yes, I
on
think
this possession.
You are correct. And I'm sure right now that Independence will start sprinkling in a lot of new players, and I'm sure as Shady will as well. The penalty will take the ball back to the 32-yard line and make it 1st and 15 for Independence at the Shady 32. The clock is running. We're approaching 6 minutes remaining third quarter, and, of course, it's been all Independence. They lead 61-0. They will advance to the second round and play here at Coal City next week against the winner of the Nicholas County-Roane County game, which Roane County is currently leading 12-7 in the fourth quarter at Summersville. And it is Bowers, the quarterback. And here's a pitch out to the far side, and let's see who we got into the game now. We got some new players. We definitely will need our roster. And taking that pitch is going to be Colton Caron. And he'll get the ball down to the 30-yard line. He'll pick up 2 on the play and make it 2nd down and 13. So with 4 Raleigh County teams in the playoffs, and you knew one was going to get eliminated because you had 2 playing against one another, Shady will be eliminated. It looks like that Liberty's going to get eliminated. They're down, as I mentioned, 28-0 to Poca. We appreciate the fine folks of Window World updating us the scores on that. And then, of course, as you mentioned, Beckley is down. What did you say? Beckley was down 52-10?
54-10.
54-10. Here's Goodson inside the 30, inside the 25, down inside the 20. He spins, and he's down at the 15, and the laundry all over the place. I'm not sure if we got a hold or a face mask. Not really sure what the call is going to be there. But, Eric, if you figure, and this might be the last series as Goodson gets up and kind of gingerly walks to the sideline, but if they didn't have a couple of penalties, he easily could have over 300 yards rushing tonight.
Yeah, easily, and that's what you don't want to see, though. Goodson's coming back from an ankle injury. I don't think I would risk. He is having a big night, but sometimes the bigger picture is trying to get to that state championship game.
Well, he's on the sideline, got his helmet off, and, like I said – the coaches know what they're doing, but I would think that maybe his night would be done.
Yeah.
No need to put him back in. As the penalty does bring the ball back to the 33-yard line, and it'll be second down over again for Independence. And that's the one thing. They've had as many penalties tonight as they've had scoring drives. As here's a handoff with a new runner into the game, and it's down inside the 20, down to the 15.
That's Linksweiler.
Yep, Tyler Linksweiler, a 5'9", 155-pound sophomore, and he looks like a younger version of Judah Price.
Yeah, he does. I mean, great burst, has a nose for the end zone. The future's bright up here for this Independence team.
Ball down to the 15-yard line with a first down, and, some people look at this score if they're just turning it on or when they hear the score later tonight or see it tomorrow, but Independence has not tried to run it up. I mean, they've just run basic plays, and even if they score here and get an extra point and go up 68-0, Eric.
And as you can see, they're running clock. They're standing them, running the play clock down.
Yeah,
and then snapping the ball.
Yeah, no way they're trying to embarrass or trying to run up the score here. They just haven't really, they've just been successful just on everything they do. Here's a reverse pivot. Bowers gets inside the 15 down to the 13. He'll pick up 2 on the play. And, Eric, that's a new wrinkle that we didn't see the first couple of Independence games we did, but about midway through, they've added that reverse pivot with the quarterback, and it's been very effective against everybody they've played.
Yeah, because what you're doing, Maris, when they come out, they're faking the pitch, and you're trying to get those linebackers to lean, and they're blocking on the backside or front side. I mean, it's been going for a lot of yards.
So, as you mentioned, Independence in the huddle, the play clock down to 12. I know you can't see the play clock on your screen. As the game clock, you can see we're approaching, 3:10 left in the third quarter. And, of course, you can see playing there on your screen, Independence leading 61-0 as here comes a handoff to Linksweiler, and he gets down inside the 10. They're trying to move the pile. And let's see if they got him down about the 7-yard line, maybe the 6. He's going to be close to a first down. You have to get – they've got to get to the 5 for a first down. I think they're going to put him down at the 7-yard line. So the 7 is where they put him.
So they'll be third and probably 2.
Third at 2, correct. They've got to get to the 5. Ball's at the 7. So obviously they got 2 downs to get it. And Independence in no hurry, 15 on the play clock. Twin receivers at the bottom of the screen. And there's going to be a false start on Independence.
Flag on the play.
And that'll move the ball back to the 12. So the ball goes back to the 12-yard line on the false start of the Patriots on the right side of the line. And that's one thing, Eric. And really, when you look, as I mentioned, 8 touchdown drives for Independence and a punt return. But out of the 8 touchdown drives, Independence is probably committed, I would say, at least 10 penalties. So they have more penalties than they do touchdown drives, and they've had 9. They've had 8 touchdown drives.
Yeah. Yep.
They've scored 9 touchdowns, and they have probably 10 penalties and 9 touchdowns. So here's a running play up the middle. Linksweiler, and he's down inside the 5. He finds the goal line. He's into the end zone for a touchdown. 12-yard run by Tyler Linksweiler. Gets into the end zone and takes it to 67-0. That was a 5-play, 27-yard drive.
I mean, that young kid, Linksweiler, he runs with purpose. I mean, he's a good back.
And they may not even – they're just going to take a knee, I think, on the extra point, and they do. And that's showing you class that Independence is not trying to run it up. 67-0 is the lead for Independence. We'll take a break. You're watching live streaming coverage of the AA opening round playoffs on video production.
Power Sports is your one-stop off-road and tractor destination. We have an awesome selection of side-by-sides, ATVs, dirt bikes, tractors, and kid machines. Our machines come loaded with features the other brands don't have and will save you thousands of dollars versus the competition. Massey Power Sports offers the best prices, the best service, and the best warranties. Our locations in Beckley and Cross Lanes are here to serve you. Online at MasseyPowersports.com. Massey Power Sports. We power your work and your adventure.
At Pioneer Community Bank, your banking needs are our priority. Looking to buy a home, a vehicle, or just need a personal loan for that special project? Our loan professionals are here for you. We also offer all business banking products, which allows us to serve all your financial needs. Set up your online banking at pioneercommunitybank.com and download the mobile app for your convenience and ask about our personal and business products today. Pioneer Community Bank, investing in Southern West Virginia.
Welcome back to Coal City, West Virginia, and what you're seeing on the screen is correct, 67-0. And, I'd be the first one to admit I did think this game would be much closer as here comes the kickoff. We'll get into this point in a minute. As they kick the ball, does Independence inside the 35. Shady runs it over the 35, not quite to the 40. But, obviously I felt Independence would win the game because watching the teams, knew how good Independence is and what it's going to take for someone to knock them off as the road to Wheeling starts tonight. But 50-17 was the score in the regular season, but I did think Shady would make it much more competitive tonight, but that just hasn't been the case.
Yeah, excuse me, Maris, they've been outmanned. Shady Spring has been outmanned across the board. I mean, they've been taken out to the woodshed and beaten. Sometimes that happens,
And, it also shows to me that how hungry and how focused the Independence team is, that they're on a mission, and their first step on the road to Wheeling has been very, very impressive at this point, leading, as you can see on the screen, 67-0. And here's a running plan. What a hit.
Wow.
I mean, like I said, up 67-0, and Independence just playing like it's 7-0.
Can we get this on the Seattle Tony?
Yeah, let's see if we got the replay of this. That was a big-time hit.
And this is just a run blitz here. You pin your ears back and
boom,
wham. Yeah, this Independence team, they have fun. They love to play football.
So it'll lose a yard back to the 38-yard line as we are approaching 1:20 left here in the third quarter. And, of course, when we get into the fourth quarter, it'll be a running fourth quarter clock with Independence in complete control leading in this game 67-0. As Shady will work out of the shotgun with Cameron Mans takes the snap. It'll be another running play, and it's going to lose yardage. And it's going to lose yardage, but Pinardo did a good job in fighting and getting the ball out to the 39-yard line.
An update on the Roane County-Nicholas County game. Just went final. Roane County 18, Nicholas County 15. So that will be the opponent for Independence next week.
Yeah, and Roane County, if I know my West Virginia, that's in central part of West Virginia. Probably, I'm guessing, correct me if I'm wrong here, a 2.5 hour drive from Roane to Coal City here.
Roane and Ritchie.
Yeah,
all that's right
like
around
in the middle of the state, middle
yes.
to the western part of the state, maybe.
My West Virginia history teacher would be so mad at me right now, Ray Austin.
I can't remember that far back.
So
Here's a pass play by Mans. He's under duress. He throws it. It is caught. No, now it's broken up, and that'll bring up fourth down. I'm trying to picture in my head, looking at the map of West Virginia, but I would think Roane County is a good 2 hours from Coal City, but it'll be up to Roane County as to what day they want to play, either next Friday at 7:30 or next Saturday afternoon at 1:30. You and I, of course, we're like coaches. We have our routine. We'd like to see it be on Friday, but if it is on Saturday, we'll be here to cover it.
Yeah, so, just tell me where to go. We know where to go. Just tell me what time.
Yep.
We'll be here.
We know the where. We know how. We just got to know the when, right?
Exactly right.
Here's a fourth down for Shady, and they get set to punt it away. There's the snap to Mans. He gets off once again, another good kick.
And Linksweiler's back.
And he fumbled the ball. Ball is on the turf, and Linksweiler will get back on it at the 31-yard line, and that's where Independence will take over. And I'm sure Coach Lilly will sprinkle in a lot of new players as the wind comes whipping in here, and the Patriots will take over on their own 31-yard line as they lead in this game by the score of 67-0. And, it's just hard to put words on this. I mean, all you got to do is say 67-0. I mean, Independence just jumped on them right off the bat.
Yeah, they did. They really made a statement. They took control. They made sure Shady was not in the game ever, and they took care of business.
So Bowers is going to be the quarterback. He quarterbacked the last time Independence had the ball, and he'll keep it on the reverse pivot. And he comes here to the near side. He gets up over the 35, across the 40. This is going to go midfield, 40 to the 30, to the 20, 10, 5. He'll just walk into the touchdown. That will go from the 31, so that's a 69-yard run. 69-yard run by Bowers, and that's a one-play drive. That's the 5th one-play drive. And once again, that's just a reverse pivot. And just once he broke the initial line of scrimmage, there was no one from Shady able to get to him. And Independence has tacked, they've tacked 7 more. And they are up 73-0, and they
6 more.
6 more. I beg your pardon.
They're probably going to take a knee.
Yeah, they're going to take a knee. And the lead goes to 73-0. We'll take a break. You're watching live streaming coverage of the opening round playoff here in Class AA here on Video Productions.
73, Shady Springs 0.
Auto Mall, West Virginia's largest GMC Buick dealer, is a proud sponsor of West Virginia high school athletics and our area student athletes. Beckley Auto Mall, with 3 locations for your convenience: 3934 Robert C. Byrd Drive in Beckley, 199 Rogers Street, Princeton, and 368 Seneca Trail in Fairleigh. Plus, you can shop 24/7 at BeckleyAutomall.com. Beckley Auto Mall and West Virginia student athletes, a winning combination. GMC, we are professional grade.
It's time to start planning for new vinyl siding for your home. People know Window World for the best value in windows, but that's just the beginning, because we install beautiful siding as well. Window World has energy-efficient, form-fitting panels along with a company that stands behind their work. We take pride in our employees and appreciate our customers. Now that's Window World difference. Start planning your siding remodel today. Call Window World of Beckley today for your free estimate.
As we welcome you back to Coal City, as you can see on your screen, and that's not a misprint, 73-0. And Eric, I talked about remembering where I was when the Marshall plane crashed in 1970 before you were born. I'm going to lay something else that I also remember of a football game before you were born in the fall of 1971. I know you weren't born until, January of 72, correct?
Yes.
All right. So in September of 71, Beckley played Mullins. And they played back then, and Beckley won that game 79-0. I was at that game. I'd have been 9. Beckley won that game 79-0. That was the last time Beckley and Mullins played. As here comes the Independence kickoff, and I'll get to my point as the kick goes to the 30-yard line, down right there at the 31. But the score here is 73-0. So I was at that game with 79-0, and if Independence gets another touchdown before Shady does, that would equal that same score. But these are the only 2 games that I recall where I've seen a team score over 70 and the other team not score at all. And even back then in 1971, I would never think. And here we're talking 50 years later, and I'm seeing almost the same thing as we have a running fourth quarter clock.
Yeah, another running fourth quarter clock. But I could be wrong. We did an Independence game earlier this year when they scored 70.
But the other team wasn't shut out.
Yes, exactly.
That's what I'm saying. Right. We've done the other game right, but we've never was against man.
It was against man, yeah.
Right. Because I think it was 70-6 maybe. Mm-hmm. But I've never seen another one like that night against Mullins where it was 71-0 or 79-0 in 1971. And here we are 50 years later, and there's a big run by Shady, gets out to the 50-yard line. So that's a 20-yard gain right there on first down.
Yeah, and Tyler Linksweiler made a touchdown-saving tackle there.
First and 10, Tigers.
And actually, as I was talking, that was almost broke for a touchdown, and almost there goes the shutout. As we do have a running fourth quarter clock, and you just don't know what you say. 73-0. I mean, Shady kids played hard, but I thought for really Shady to be competitive, they really had to hang in there early, and it got away from them early in the game, and it was just like nothing. It was like if you went and bought a nice Giovanni's food pizza at the concession stand with your Pepsi and came back, next thing you know, you're down 20-0 if you were Shady.
Hey, but that Giovanni's pizza is worth going to the concession stand.
That's right. It's worth missing 3 touchdowns for.
That's right.
There's a running play to the 45 and also with a nice cold Pepsi. And by the way, we appreciate Pepsi being on board with our high school football playoffs. We also look forward to an upcoming basketball year on Video Productions, and we appreciate all of our sponsors able to bring, help bring these games to you. Without the sponsors, none of this would be possible.
Yeah,
so we want to thank you, all of our sponsors, from Giovanni's to Pepsi to Beckley Auto Mall to Auto Trader to Pioneer Bank, to everybody involved, Little General, Seattle Tony, Massey Power Sports. I'm going off the top of my head here. I don't have it in front of me.
You're doing a good job.
And also to the chemical place out on Airport Road. Young man Jerry that you went to school with, his last name escapes me at the moment.
Jerry Pierce.
Jerry Pierce, you knew him well. He's helped support Independence, and you know him.
He's great. He's always supported independent sports and local sports.
And that's the thing, we have our viewers are real, they're from everywhere. They're not just Independence fans or Shady fans, but, they're football fans, and we think that'll be the case when we do basketball, Eric. It won't be just whatever teams that we have to be doing on any given night. I think just sports fans will be, tuning in.
Yeah, and this is a great tool for the young, the kids, the youth here. I wish when we played they had something like this. I mean, because you can go back, it'll forever be on YouTube and go back and watch your game.
Here comes Shady out of the gun. Here's a running play. A nice gain inside the 30, down to about the 28-yard line of Independence. And I believe that was
like Whitaker.
Whitaker?
Yes, sir.
Whitaker, 5'10", 195-pound senior, playing his last football game. As they get the ball down to the Independence 28-yard line. But so Roane County has defeated Nicholas County. That's a final, 18-15. So Independence will get Roane County. And, Eric, you would know more about this than I would, but to my knowledge, it may be the first ever matchup between Roane and Independence.
Yeah, and a couple of our viewers, one of our viewers.
There's a running play, and we'll get to this point in a minute as Shady will get the ball down inside the 15-yard line and get the ball down to the 13 with a first down.
Well, and now I remember, I know where Roane County is. It's right beside Jackson County. And remember, was it the Spencer Yellow Jackets?
Yep.
Spencer Yellow Jackets.
I always knew where Spencer was because that's where the Crazy House was.
Yeah. You definitely would know where that's at.
That's why I know where it is. But right to my knowledge, and you would know, like I said, being an Independence grad would know this more than I would, but this could be the first ever matchup between Roane County and Independence.
It's the first matchup between the two schools.
Well, if you didn't know, maybe I could ask your brother Gordon because I know he knows. Because he tells me he knows more than you anyway, so I know he'll know. I'm pulling out the jokes now. You got a 73-0 game. Here's a running play for Shady. Yeah, that's what Gordon tells me all the time. Well, even though Eric's your partner, if you need to know something, just text me. Eric don't know. That's what he tells me.
Yeah.
He got jokes, don't he?
Well, that's his lie. We'll let him tell it.
Yeah, there you go.
I ain't going to say what your brother say about you, though.
No, well, I don't think we can air that. Sometimes even your brother says it about me. All right, we're having fun.
Yeah, sorry, folks.
Ball at the 10-yard line, and Shady, trying to get in the end zone. They have twin receivers here to the bottom of your screen. Here's the snap, demands, looks, throws into the end zone, and it's deflected and incomplete.
That pass was on the money. It was just a little too hot to handle.
So it'll bring up third down for Shady. They got 2 more chances to try to get the ball into the end zone and put some points on the board. Like I said, the clock continues to turn because of the score. It's 73-0, and we're 5:55, and clock continue to move. So Shady has a couple more chances, and they can get a first down without a touchdown. And they'll work out of the shotgun. Mans takes the snap. It's a running play. It's going to be Whitaker, and he's going to find the end zone for a touchdown.
Yep, and no one wants to get shut out as the Shady Spring crowd, they erupt. Nobody wants to get shut out.
So it's an 8-play, 70-yard drive, and Whitaker will finish off the drive with an 11-yard run. And now we'll have the extra point attempt coming. And the referee, they're stopping play. I'm not sure why.
They were stopping the clock.
Yeah. I didn't know. I didn't think they stopped the clock because it's 73. I beg your pardon, 73-6. And I don't know why they're stopping the clock. Shady's got a substitution, but I thought that it had to be 35 or if it's not 35 or.
I didn't know. I mean, stops on scoring plays.
Yeah, I didn't know. But anyway, Shady is set to try to kick the PAT. 73-6 is the score. There's the snap. There's the kick.
Nice height.
And the kick is good. Your new score is Independence 73, Shady 7. We'll take a break. You're watching live streaming coverage of the AA first-round playoffs here on Video Production.
Independence 70.
This one's for everyone who spends the amount of time it would take to watch a movie, agreeing on which movie to watch. You've compromised enough. Pepsi Zero Sugar.
Little General Stores has served our hometowns for decades, providing those essential needs for the road of life. The LG family goes above and beyond to ensure that your experience is an easy one. That's why they offer the LG Rewards Card, a way to earn points for free drinks, coffee, and even discounts on fuel. Rest assured, you'll leave knowing they have your needs covered. And by the way,
tell them Hug sent you.
That's right. Little General Stores, your road's neighbor.
Sandwiches, better with Pepsi.
As we welcome you back to Independence, and Eric, my phone was blowing up. They said they liked our little talk back and forth of some people that are watching about saying how old I was, can remember a game from 1971, and also they like about what your brother Gordon, what he says about you, that Gordon says, even though I work with you, I shouldn't ask you, I need to ask him. So
you know how those brothers are.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, it's kickoff time, and here comes the kick to the 15 up over the 20. Bowers up over the 30, crosses the 40, crosses midfield into Shady territory. They drag him down inside the 40, and that's a huge return as that will go all the way down to the 40-yard line of Shady.
It'll be Independence ball.
So that's where Independence will set up shop for this drive at the Shady 40. 73-7 is the lead. Okay. And our producer and director, Andrew Boland, giving me some directions. I like that because he knows I need being directed. Actually, they're going to put him down at the 39-yard line. So at the 39-yard line. And I've got an update on the Polka Liberty game. I'll give that to you right after this play.
Oh, my main man, J.D. Monroe's in.
So Monroe at quarterback, yep. Where's number 30? And he gets the snap, does the reverse pivot, keeps it himself. He's inside the 35, breaks a tackle inside the 30, and gets down to the 26-yard line, and that's a first down, a pickup of 13. So at the Shady 26, and we've got an Independence player down, and while we got a minute, with 1:20 left in the game, Liberty is able to score. So Liberty's down 28-6 with 1:20 left in the game of Polka. So it looks like Polka is going to hang on and win that game.
Between Nicholas County and Roane County, the winner of this game will play.
Yeah, and this is what you don't want to see with
next week.
In the waning moments of a big win. You don't want to see either team come out with the injury. So let's hope he can.
And while they tend to the injured player, we'll go ahead and take a break as you're watching live streaming coverage of the Class AA opening round playoffs here on Video Production.
The Auto Mall, West Virginia's largest GMC Buick dealer, is a proud sponsor of West Virginia high school athletics and our area student athletes. Beckley Auto Mall, with 3 locations for your convenience. 3934 Robert C. Byrd Drive in Beckley, 199 Rogers Street, Princeton, and 368 Seneca Trail in Fairleigh. Plus, you can shop 24/7 at BeckleyAutomall.com. Beckley Auto Mall and West Virginia student athletes, a winning combination. GMC, we are professional grade.
It's time to start planning for new vinyl siding for your home. People know Window World for the best value in windows, but that's just the beginning because we install beautiful siding as well. Window World has energy-efficient, form-fitting panels along with the company that stands behind their work. We take pride in our employees and appreciate our customers. Now that's Window World difference. Start planning your siding remodel today. Call Window World of Beckley today for your free estimate.
want to give a shout out to all of our video production sponsors, and they pretty much, they've covered the freight all season into the postseason. Beckley Auto Mall, Pioneer Bank, New River Community Technical College, Massey Power Sports, Window World, Auto Trader, Modley's, Giovanni's Pizza, and also the chemical plant out at Jerry Pierce that runs out there that went to Independence, and also for the postseason on into basketball, Pepsi. And seeing those commercials of Pepsi making me want a nice cold Pepsi as Independence just looks like they're going to take a knee, Eric, and that's the classy thing to do and just let the clock run out. So that's what Independence is going to do. They're going to win this game.
They'll probably kneel it 3 more times and turn it over on downs, or 2 more times.
Yeah, they will advance. But while we got a minute, let's see if you can update us on some more scores. Like I said, we know Independence opponent next week is Roane County. They defeated Nicholas County 18-15. We know Beckley was getting beat bad up at Morgantown against University. Liberty was down to Polka, and I know you've got the updates and. You can start in AAA.
Yeah, some of the games that have gone final in AAA. Bridgeport handles Morgantown 34-7. University 52-10 over Woodrow Wilson is final. Cabell in late in the fourth quarter. Cabell Midland 49, South Charleston 12. George Washington's extended its lead over Greenbrier East on the road. George Washington's on the road at Greenbrier East. They're up 21-7 in the fourth quarter.
21-7. That's a battle of 8 and 9 there, and. There's a penalty on Independence, and they'll turn it over here in a minute.
And Frankfort looks like they're closing in on a victory against Lincoln on the road. Frankfort's up 21-17.
That's in AA?
Yes, in AA. And North Marion 64, Grafton 7. Robert C. Byrd 31, Scott 12. And in single A, we've left out Mount View. I forgot about Mount View. Doddridge County 40. Midland Trail 21, final.
And how about Mount View, you said?
Mount View's up at home against Sherman, number 12 Sherman, and they're up 12-6 in the fourth quarter.
Well, battle there. Of course, Independence with this win tonight will be back home again next week. We don't know it'll be Friday. We both think it will be because we figure Roane County is about 2 hours away from Coal City, and I think most coaches, if they can, would want to stay in routine and play on Friday night.
Yeah, most coaches will, but we'll see. And a lot of it will depend on the weather forecast. Some of those coaches look and
it may. It may. I don't know that playing in the day would make it any warmer. It might. Could be weather. I know that tomorrow here in the Beckley, Raleigh County area, we're supposed to have snow. We've had a beautiful night tonight for high school football. But they're talking about snow tomorrow. I don't know what next week will bring. But whether it's next Friday night or whether it's next Saturday afternoon, Eric, you and I in Video Productions will be here with our crew, with the heavy hitter, Mr. Nick Eskins, and also with Andrew Boland. And hopefully our main man, Chris Farish, will be back on stats by then as well. Nick Eskins is our main guy, the heavy hitter. And he does an outstanding job with camera work, and we appreciate Andrew Boland of all he does by directing and producing these ball games for us. We're in the final minute, Eric, 73-7, and Independence will win this game. And they will advance to take on Roane County next weekend. And, of course, tomorrow I think all eyes in Class AA definitely will be at RALEIGH Field in Charleston checking out
There was
Fairmont.
A false start.
Yeah.
And these
yeah.
refs are like.
Yeah, I think they were going. Well, the referee was pulling for a flag. Yeah, they called it.
They called it.
But they have to. But anyway, tomorrow, 2 big games in AA that is going to attract a lot of eyeballs, and that will be down, as I mentioned, at RALEIGh Field.
Yeah, I would definitely be checking the
playing host to Fairmont, and also Bluefield taking the long trip up to Point Pleasant tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah.
Well, not sure if it'll be Friday because it'll be up to Roane County to decide, and they won't decide till Sunday. We hope it's Friday, but we don't know that for sure. So the final score
is
Independence wins it 73-7. So Shady's season will come to an end. Shady will finish at 7-4, and Independence will raise its record to 9-0. So we will take our post-game break. We'll come back and we'll wrap this one up and put a nice, healthy bow on it when we're done, as you are watching live streaming coverage of the opening round Class AA playoffs here on Video Productions.
Power Sports is your one-stop off-road and tractor destination. We have an awesome selection of side-by-sides, ATVs, dirt bikes, tractors, and kid machines. Our
first set of wheels didn't come with complications or strings or hassles. It can be that way again. Tire Pros. Hassle-free, guaranteed.
My name is Hank, and I'm coming clean. Everyone I know thinks I know something about plumbing. Oh, I look the part. I talk the talk. I have all the tools, snake, pipe wrenches, torches, but I can't fix anything. I can't even flush a toilet. What they don't know is I've been calling Motley's Plumbing and Heating. They're fully licensed and insured. I just simply call 304-253-HELP, and here they come down the road to fix the problem. It just feels so good to get rid of the guilt.
If you're looking to sell your vehicle, Auto Buyers of West Virginia is your solution. We buy all cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs and have a simple and safe way to sell your vehicle. We'll give you a free appraisal on your vehicle and make you an offer to buy it on the spot. Whether you're still making payments or have a clear title, we'll turn your car into cash today at Auto Buyers of West Virginia. So come see us at Cranberry Creek Shopping Center off Eisenhower Drive in Beckley. Auto Buyers of West Virginia, the simple, safe, and secure way to sell your vehicle.
The LG Rewards Card, a way to earn points for free drinks and even discounts on fuel. And by the way, tell them Hug sent you.
Be asking, what was that, Nick? And we welcome you back to Coal City, West Virginia, here on the campus of Independence High School with Eric Thomas. I'm Maris Lowry, and Eric, we put the final touches on this Independence juggernaut, and boy, was it ever, as Independence defeats Shady 73-7 here in the opening round of the Class AA playoff. The number 2 seed Patriots will advance, and Independence already knows who their opponent is for next week. We know where it's going to be. We just don't know when. It'll be Roane County because Roane defeated Nicholas by the score of 18-15. So with that to win by Roane, they will play the game here at Coal City. We just don't know if it'll be next Friday or next Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, and Independence, workmanlike production tonight. They just came out. They handled business, pretty much came, out injury-free and moving on to the next opponent, which is Roane County, and anxious to see when we'll tee it up.
And one thing, Eric, you and I both thought about this game tonight, and we both felt that Independence was going to win the game. We knew that it was going to take a really great effort by Shady, which they gave, but they just got behind early. And we both knew that for Shady to really have a chance, they had to keep it close early, and they weren't able to do it. And before you looked up, before you could blink, like I said, by the time, you went and got an ice-cold Pepsi and a slice of Giovanni's Pizza at the concession stand, and you came back and you settled in, it was like 27-0, but just like that. And Shady it was like an avalanche. Once it snowballed, it just got out of control.
It just kept rolling and rolled downhill fast, and it just wiped them out. And my hat's off to Shady. They gutted out a win against Pikeview to get into anytime your program gets into the playoffs, so they have something to build on for next year. And this Independence team right now is on a mission.
Well, Independence had 5 one-play touchdowns, and Atticus Goodson, once again, on the offensive side, he had 5 touchdowns tonight. Logan Phelan had a couple, and how about that Judah Price sensational punt return, and that punt return was, I think, 74 yards. I have to go back and look, but I think it was 70-plus yards.
79 yards.
79
yards. I wrote it down.
Yeah, I was looking at my notes here, and you do have it down. But, I mean, when you think about how, they're explosive running the ball, and you have Goodson, as we mentioned, with 5 touchdowns. Phelan had 2, and then you hit a big 79-yard punt return.
And it's like what we talked about. It's I've been going over it with you. You really have to, as a coach, moving forward, when Roane County looks at the film, you're going to have to pick your poison. Do you want to put an extra guy in the box and leave Trey Bowers, Cyrus Goodson, and Judah Price out there at man coverage on an island? Because either one of those 3 can break one. Because if you look at the scoring, Bowers scored on the late 60-yard run, 60-yard plus run, actually 69 yards. Right. 69-yard plus run. You had, Phelan with a 65-yard run. They can strike from anywhere on the field. They're not just Atticus Goodson, and that's really good moving forward, because if you gear up just to stop him, you have the wrong game plan.
And one of the things, Eric, we're sitting there talking about all the offense, but the defense ain't too shabby either.
Not too shabby. They don't give up many yards, and I like what they do if you do get some yards on them, it's like it makes them mad. They rally to the football. They tackle well. Still moving forward, just clean up the penalties. I mean, you're not going to play mistake-free football, but I don't want it down the road to hinder you from getting to the state title game.
Before we take a break, just one thing to dive into, and I don't have the Roan schedule course here in front of me, but outside of tonight, where Roan County beat Nicholas County. And, of course, Independence handled Nicholas County with ease up there. I don't know if there's any other common opponent, and obviously when we dive into our homework next week for next week's game, we'll dive into that. But, yeah, I'll be interested to see if there is any other common opponent other than Roan County playing Nicholas County tonight. If I had to bet without seeing, I would say not. I would say because of the geographical location of where Roan County is, that Roan County probably did not play anybody in the regular season that Independence played. And, of course, the only reason they had Nicholas County because they ended up playing them in the playoffs.
Yeah, exactly. And I think they're near, they're beside Jackson, near Clay County. They probably played, Clay County, which wasn't a Liberty opponent, but nothing that Independence played. I don't think they
We're going to go ahead and take another post-game break. You're watching live streaming coverage of the opening round Class AA playoff as Independence defeats Shady 73-7. This is video production.
As a former college football player, I realized that sports-related injuries can happen real fast. Hello, I'm Dr. GROSE. If your child or grandchild is dealing with sports-related injuries, or maybe you're dealing with something that just won't go away, call me today and I can help you get back on the playing field. To better serve you, see us at one of our 3 locations in Beckley, Whipple, and Sophia at the numbers listed below. So take care of yourself. You deserve it.
Beckley Auto Mall, West Virginia's largest GMC Buick dealer, is a proud sponsor of West Virginia high school athletics and our area student athletes. Beckley Auto Mall, with 3 locations for your convenience: 3934 Robert C. Byrd Drive in Beckley, 199 Rogers Street, Princeton, and 368 Seneca Trail in Fairleigh. Plus, you can shop 24/7 at BeckleyAutomall.com. Beckley Auto Mall and West Virginia student athletes, a winning combination. GMC, we are professional grade.
First set of wheels didn't come with complications or strings or hassles. It can be that way again. Tire Pros. Hassle-free, guaranteed.
Go ahead.
We welcome you back to Coal City here at Independence, and final scores you can see on your screen: 73-7. Independence defeats Shady. And before we talk about next week, because we know Independence is going to play Roan County, and also before we sign off, we'll have Eric give one more look at the scoreboard. But I want to take the time to thank all of our sponsors, because without the sponsors, this could not be possible. for what video production has to do to be able to get these games on the air and bring it to so many people in so many different, no matter where you're at and however you can access this. And we thank Beckley Auto Mall. We also thank Pioneer Community Bank, New River Community and Technical College, Massey Power Sports, Window World, Auto Trader, Modley's Plumbing and Heating, Giovanni's Pizza, Ice Cold Pepsi, and also the Chemical Biosystem, CBS, which is out there off of Airport Road. Without you guys, this would not be possible. The final score, 73-7. Eric, we know that Independence will play Roane County because Roane defeated Nicholas. We don't know if it'll be next Friday night at 7:30 or next Saturday afternoon at 1:30. You and I both hope and both think it will be Friday, but we don't know that for sure, and we will know on Sunday, and I'm sure that we'll have to wait and see how the couple of games tomorrow play out, and that might have an effect as – I don't know if it will or won't to what the Roane County coach may want to do. I don't know if what happens in other games affects on what day that they want to play. But I think most coaches, if they can, they like to keep it in routine, and they'd like to play on Friday if they can.
Yes, most coaches like the Friday night lights and just keep their routine going. But let me go down the scoreboard.
Yeah.
I'm going to start in the AAA ranks. I'm just going to give you the finals on the games. Of course, local team Beckley Woodrow Wilson made the long trip up to Monongalia County and lost 52-10 to University. Cabell Midland 49, South Charleston 12, Bridgeport 34, Morgantown 7. George Washington and Greenbrier East just went final. George Washington coming out on top 21-7. In the AA ranks, your final and next opponent for the Independence Patriots, Roane County makes the trek to Nicholas County and ekes out an 18-15 victory. North Marion 64, Grafton 14, Polka 28, Liberty Raleigh 6, and a good season out of the Liberty Raiders there. Frankfort 21, Lincoln County, that's one upset. Number 13, Frankfort in AA beats Lincoln County 21-17, and of course the Independence Patriots rolled over Shady Spring tonight 73-7. And let's check that single A score from Mount View. Mount View's extended the lead now in the fourth quarter. Mount View 18, Sherman 6, and Midland Trail loses a tough one at Dodgers County 40-21.
All right, so there you have it. So we're going to put a bow on this, wrap it up. Once again, you can see on your screen the final score. Independence defeats Shady by the score of 73-7. So next week it'll be it'll be Roane County rather taking on Independence, and like I said, if it's Friday night, we'll have the game for you 7:15 on live, kick at 7:30, and should it be Saturday, we figured it'd be a day game, and it would be 1:15 on live with a 1:30 kick. So for our crew here tonight at the game, we appreciate. Once again, Eric Thomas. As Eric, not only did Eric provide color, but he also provided stats in Chris Ferry's absence. And producing and directing the game, as always, Andrew Boland. And we can't make it without our main man, the heavy hitter, Mr. And I say Mr. because I have to give him his really due respect, Nick Eskins. I'm Maris Lowry, repeating the final score as Independence beats Shady 73-7. We put a bow on this and wrap it up. Good night, everybody.
At Pioneer Community Bank, your banking needs are our priority. Looking to buy a home, a vehicle, or just need a personal loan for that special project? Our loan professionals are here for you. We also offer all business banking products, which allows us to serve all your financial needs. Set up your online banking at pioneercommunitybank.com and download the mobile app for your convenience and ask about our personal and business products today. Pioneer Community Bank, investing in Southern West Virginia since 1931. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Beckley Auto Mall, West Virginia's largest GMC Buick dealer, is a proud sponsor of West Virginia high school athletics and our area student athletes. Beckley Auto Mall, with 3 locations for your convenience: 3934 Robert C. Byrd Drive in Beckley, 199 Rogers Street, Princeton, and 368 Seneca Trail in Fairleigh. Plus, you can shop 24/7 at BeckleyAutomall.com. Beckley Auto Mall and West Virginia student athletes, a winning combination. GMC, we are professional grade.
The LG Rewards Card, a way to earn points for free drinks and even discounts on fuel. And by the way, tell them Hug sent you.
Massey Power Sports is your one-stop off-road and tractor destination. We have an awesome selection of side-by-sides, ATVs, dirt bikes, tractors, and kid machines. Our machines come loaded with features the other brands don't have and will save you thousands of dollars versus the competition. Massey Power Sports offers the best prices, the best service, and the best warranties. Our locations in Beckley and Cross Lanes are here to serve you. Online at MasseyPowersports.com. Massey Power Sports. We power your work and your adventure.
As a former college football player, I realized that sports-related injuries can happen real fast. Hello, I'm Dr. GROSE. If your child or grandchild is dealing with sports-related injuries, or maybe you're dealing with something that just won't go away, call me today and I can help you get back on the playing field. To better serve you, see us at one of our 3 locations in Beckley, Whipple, and Sophia at the numbers listed below. So take care of yourself. You deserve it.
Fun fact, you know Mountain Dew and spicy chicken is the perfect combo?
Does it look like I don't know that?
Okay. Didn't mean to ruffle your feathers.
You know, we both did the employee training, Gary.
Okay, don't jump down my beak.